I.S.U.P.K 53rd Annual Lord Passover.
53rd Annual Lord's Passover is going to be held down here in Florida.
It's going down.
You're here tonight to get a chance to be righteous enough to be worthy of God coming to save you and your
That's right.
It's going down. The Lord's 53rd Annual Passover.
When we say we no cowards, we talk that business. We no cowards up in here.
Book your hotels now at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites, the IHG Hotel, 301 Tucker Lane, Cocoa Beach, Florida, 32926.
Here's a lot of men down. You dealing with the men of war. We at war. I sided with the Lord.
Counter all your dishes, pots, and sports knives.
I got it like this. This is like an apartment and a hotel. You know what I mean?
This here right here is about to be holy ground. It's going to be holy ground. All our beautiful, wonderful brothers and sisters from all over the world. You understand? We can boast that now. Brothers and sisters coming not only from every state, but from all over the world. I heard the numbers this year is ridiculous. We had to buy out the whole hotel.
Friday, April 15th at the Space Coast Convention Center.
My camp undefeated. You cannot debate. You just want the clout. We just want the grace. I'm just trying to get it.
This is going to be glorious.
We don't give a fuck, you can see it in our faces. Got it out the mud, straight up out the base.
Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The week of Passover is packed with exciting events, hosted by the I.S.U.P.K and Commanding General Yahanna. On Tuesday, a deep-sea fishing trip with the generals. Arrival and boarding time at 7:30 a.m. The boat leaves at 8 a.m. sharp. Then on Wednesday, April 13th, join us for the annual lamb slaughter from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m., making sure the children of Israel have fresh lamb for the Passover. Then, after that, the I.S.U.P.K is having a fish fry from 4 p.m. until, which will lead to the scripture breakdown class with General GEN.YAHANNA. Then, on Thursday morning, Hebrew Academy participants will see if they have what it takes to endure the Hebrew Academy trials. Commanding General GEN.YAHANNA has something special lined up for the children with a children's party from 10:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Come join Commanding General GEN.YAHANNA on Cocoa Beach as we renew our oath unto the Lord.
Because he's supposed to understand the power of the Most High that would destroy him and will destroy him. Real soon. Read.
That assuredly, knowing unto what oaths they had given credence, they might afterward be of good cheer.
You hear that? They was of good cheer. Came along with the Lord as one. And became of good cheer while tens of thousands of Egyptians died. I know y'all don't like to talk about this, but you better put this war spirit back in you, Israel. You better get that spirit back in you, man. You better get that spirit of warfare back in you, because the Lord will put blood on the streets of America and around this world, brother.
Followed by a hotel ballroom, all black and Hebrew Academy dinner from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. And then on Friday, April 15th at 5 p.m., join us for the Lord's annual Passover as commanded in the scriptures at 5 p.m. sharp. On Saturday, April 16th, the Feast of Unleavened Bread. That's right, we're going to keep the Feast of Unleavened Bread from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Commanding General GEN.YAHANNA has it all lined up for you, Israel. Come keep the Lord's Passover. Shalom.
homicide detectives. The clock starts ticking the moment they are called. Their chance of solving a murder is cut in half if they don't get a lead within the first 48 hours.
I do anything to keep my brothers safe. I'm putting food on my daughter's plate. You fucking losers, y'all just can't relate. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. You will find me on the first 48. Find me on the first 48. I do anything to keep my daughters safe. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. Sitting in that room, hear the interrogator's voice. They asking why I do it. I tell them I had no choice. Couldn't take a threat or a risk to my family, so throw the book at me. I take them charges happily. Ain't no need for no polygraph, so forensics. I put that fucker in a body bag, I'll admit it. Fuck a sentence or the jury that will convict me. They don't understand, it's my family, they represent me. So for them, I risk my freedom, roll the dice. I ain't got much more for you crackers, go ahead and give me life. You don't know what it's like for the people that you love. They ain't there to get salutes, they ain't there to give you hugs. The same that done pulled me from the dirt and from the mud, it's gone because of who? Y'all rather shed your blood. My brother's kids like my other kids. If you touch them, fuck around, get another bid, plus 10. Put me in the Supermax, I get super jacked, working out every day, canteen super stack, cool with that. Long as it mean my daughter's safe, my brother's winning, that's a chance I take. Still my fate. I do anything to keep my brothers safe. I'm putting food on my daughter's plate. You fucking losers, y'all just can't relate. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. I got wives that done gave they all to stand beside me. Kids that can't see me fall, look at me proudly. Respected by men with honor up on their names. You harm one of them, I promise that you'll see pain. I'm one West train, made an oath to uphold it. Stood with my back against the wall, never folded. Grew up in the city where the love ain't brotherly. I ain't had too many friends, I ain't need the company. I'm my father's son, so I'm cool, just don't fuck with me. I say that you my homie, you're my brother, then you stuck with me. Never turn my back on mine, it's to the dirt. You cross them across that line, I end you first. What only make it worse is loyalty hard to find. Never think cause you out of sight, you out of mind. And I don't mind dying now, cause reincarnation got me coming back. Same scars in my heart aching. Be parlaying with killers from all places. Every last one of them for me a broad day shit. So what you think, I won't do it for them? Once they let me out the cell, shit, I do it again. It's for the family. I do anything to keep my brothers safe. I'm putting food on my daughter's plate. You fucking losers, y'all just can't relate. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. Find me on the first 48. Find me on the first 48. I do anything to keep my people safe. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48.
I.S.U.P.K. 53rd Annual Law Passover.
53rd Annual Lord's Passover is going to be held down here in Florida.
It's going down.
You're here tonight to get a chance to be righteous enough to be worthy of God coming to save you.
That's right.
It's going down. The Lord's 53rd Annual Passover.
When we say we no cowards, we stop that business. We no cowards up in here.
Book your hotels now at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites, the IHG Hotel, 301 Tucker Lane, Cocoa Beach, Florida, 32926.
Here's a lot of men down. You dealing with the men of war. We at war. I sided with the Lord.
Y'all see this?
Comes with all your dishes, pots, and forks, knives.
I kind of like this. This is like an apartment room and a hotel room. You know what I mean?
This here right here is about to be holy ground when we come. It's going to be holy ground. From all our beautiful, wonderful brothers and sisters from all over the world. You understand? We can boast that now. Brothers and sisters coming not only from every state, but from all over the world. I heard the numbers this year is ridiculous. We had to buy out the whole hotel.
Friday, April 15th at the Space Coast Convention Center. This is going to be glorious.
We don't give a fuck, you can see it in our faces. Got it out the mud, straight up out the base.
Take a second, we reflecting with the light, but this the life, I fucking love it. Wouldn't trade it to be white, now that's alright. I got to write it, birth the devil's redefining worth.
Someday you'll pay the price.
No, I don't break a fold, I need and bake the dough, then recreate the flow. They think they making dough, what they forsake is so essential. Over lentils, get your issue, guess who's on this instrumental with you? A damn if we was family, view unread and call it spam. I'm not a fan of Antichrist, they slayed the man, I swayed the Tim like here I am, the son of Sam is taking shots at David Berkowitz. Pussy.
Someday you'll pay the price.
A different discipline existed in this New York state of mind. Say since not not the actor, but the year we's effort. Not one thing in mind to grind until this gavel turns his words to mirth from Babel. Since 69, I follow protocol. This kingdom built on God bones, so I can't love Esau, and I can't fuck with y'all. I ain't gotta say it twice, you vouching for the enemy, but
someday you'll pay the price.
Look, my father ain't have a father cause of dope. I'm anti-politics cause Christ died from a vote. How the richest nation locked the homeless up for being cold. How ironic they relating smoking weed to getting stoned. You trim your ways to seek they love. I'ma bring this sword back wet with a vesta dipped in blood. Niggas giving up when they don't even give enough. Going nowhere fast, niggas always in a rush. I give them love cause my brother's lost. Christians eating, watch they brothers starve. No way I can serve another God. I give my love cause my brother's lost. Christians eating, watch they brothers starve. I can't serve another God. Cold-blooded.
All right. They're gonna learn today.
Shalom, Yahweh
They're gonna learn today, boy. They're gonna learn today.
That's right.
They're gonna learn today. Smokey. What's the song he say? Drug dealer.
Meshach, you're mute.
What's like?
Nah,
You hear me now?
I hear you.
Listen, so like, I said they're gonna learn a lesson today with Smokey Robinson. They're gonna learn about all the drug dealing, the gang banging. Remember, he was taking a whole ton of flack before for that. They're gonna learn about him today for sure. You know what I mean? They're gonna learn about him tonight. So we have a good bit of stories in. I know you know, we are brothers already in. We are Nathak in from North Carolina. You know what I mean? Captain Nasha Party, I'm dealing with Puerto Rico. Kwame repping for the West Coast. Kwame, you can turn your camera sideways. Is it too late for it? Yeah, that's a better shot for you there now.
Come on, sir.
I mean, Musa in Christ. Who's going? Gadal Had joining us?
He should be, sir.
Be coming through. Musa in Christ. You know. I mean, yeah, we are 5 stacks Kazak I'm mad on the inside there.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? He's trying to keep it G. So you see he blushing there now, so he put him at
Rep your bundles, man. Rep your bundles.
Yo. So yeah, he went and come back on. No sweat. We'll pull you out. All right. You good to go, Kazak?
Come on, can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you. But turn your camera sideways, though.
Turn
your phone sideways or whichever one it is. Just so you could you know what I mean? It's kind of narrow, however it is. You might have to adjust the thing at the top. Yeah, that's way better than you know what I mean? So what's going on out here? What it do? You're taking more ground, man.
Like, sir, say that again, sir.
I see y'all taking some more ground out there in LA.
Yeah, sir. You know what I mean? Commander GEN.YAHANNA sentence, we go.
Listen, man, that's right. Listen, that zone down there look like y'all gonna get y'all might have a battle with Schwarzenegger out there, with the governor himself.
Yeah, it's definitely Amalek heavy over there too. So they already don't like us down there at all. Like we already getting the feedback, and I love it. I'm ready for all the smoke.
Yeah, right now this ain't no time for them to be complaining, man. this is not the time for them to be complaining, because Lord knows it's war is in the air.
Damn right.
Yeah, I mean, war is in the air, and they should not at all be complaining. I think this is y'all down here, right?
Yeah, kind of, sir.
Yeah, man, y'all, that's a nice little zone there. Yeah, man, the foot traffic is way different.
Kind of.
See that ain't it ain't like the stars.
Yeah, it's not Hollywood.
Yeah, it ain't the freaks no more. But this is this is America. You're gonna be battling out here, but.
Sir, yeah.
They're like New York City.
Yeah, it had that whole,
They're like 86th Street and all that area in New York City. That's what it looks like.
Yep. So that's the wild. Most I ain't Christ for that, man.
Sir.
You know what I mean?
Damn right.
You know what I mean? So what we dealing with? I know we have a good bit of stories tonight. We could hit a few of them early on. You know what I mean? What we could run with first? Let me see. We could do that Trump with the Ukraine windmills. What are you talking about there? I don't know. Kazak, you had a story?
The windmill, sir? Yeah, that's number one, right, sir?
Nah, I think that's a little bit further down. It's like number 11.
Oh, yeah. Kabaka, sir.
Yeah.
Windmills don't work. Donald Trump gives nonsensical answer when asked how Ukraine war could escalate. Donald Trump said the windmills don't work. as he gave a rambling and incoherent answer to a question about how Vladimir Putin's war with Ukraine could escalate. Well, and I said this a long time ago, if this happens, we are playing right into their hands. The former president. Advertisements. No.
Oh shit, Salaki.
No sweat, sir.
Like he said windmills don't work. Like I don't know what is that. I don't know if that's what kind of code is that? You know, Donald using. You know, what kind of Agent Orange code is that one?
Right.
We got it done, and
yeah,
we should be doing much better. We're doing so badly. I don't think the country's ever been at a lower point than it is right now. We're being pushed around. Even the way.
Nataki was gonna say something.
I mean, I can tell you the ones that were great and the ones that were not so good. But we got it done, and
remember he gave
we should be doing much better. We're doing so badly. I don't think the country's ever been at a lower point than it is right now. We're being pushed around. Even the way Putin talks to Biden about Ukraine.
So like I said, the video playing.
Don't get involved.
Is the audio coming through the video?
Okay,
that audio shouldn't come through. What about now?
It's too wild, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, no sweat. Salaki. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Nathan.
No, I was saying that the same fence he said that he was building on the border of Mexico.
Right.
That he said the Mexicans, you know what I mean, you had to be, you know what I mean, a great mountain climber to climb. Them Mexicans killing that would easy. The video right now out on TikTok.
Listen, man, they ain't no stopping Israel with nothing.
Right.
They ain't no stopping Israel with anything. I don't know what he talking about with this windmill thing here. I don't know, but Donald, you just smoking or drinking that gas that's $5 a gallon.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, be crazy. I don't know what the hell he talking about. Any more in the article, Kazak, with what he's saying?
Kawakad, sir. Kawakad. He says, well, I said this a long time ago. If this happens, we are playing right into their hands. The former president told the Full Send podcast, hosted by YouTubers. He had been asked what he envisaged happening next. And how does this all end? By Nelk Boys, a Canadian YouTube channel founder, Kyle Forgeard, as the conflict raged in Ukraine. The windmills don't work, Mr. Trump added. They're too expensive. They kill all the birds. They ruin your landscapes. And yet the environmentalists love the windmills, he went on. And I've been preaching this for years. The windmills, and I have them way down, but the windmills are the most expensive energy you can have. If they don't work.
What is he talking about?
So like, if I may, sir.
Yeah, please help
God, this is Donald Trump trying to keep his certain base. Like, okay, what he's saying is because the alternative to windmill energy is the coal mines, the fossil fuels, and he knows that is the majority of his base, his followers. It's like the blue collar coal mine factory cats. They know the windmills is like, to them, it's Democrat. I don't know how they can politicize an issue like that, but windmills is Democrats, coal mines is Republicans.
Yeah, it's like he said the windmills is gay.
Right.
The coals is masculine.
Yeah.
Pretty much, sir.
Is that clean energy, that whole solar energy, you know what I mean, everything in that with the Democrats on them.
Right.
I mean, but with him is as Kazak saying is that coal mine, that whole oil, like America, you know what I mean, doing all that drilling. That's why when Biden came in, he shut all that down because to them, you know what I mean, it's, you know what I mean, you're destroying the planet.
Okay, they ask him about the war though. I don't so what he trying to say, he's like, you know, forget the war, or he trying to say that this, you know, this coming up with. Go ahead, please.
If I could, sir, right? Because to Esau, like the U.S. dollar, its validity don't come from gold, but from coal, from petroleum, so from oil. You know what I'm saying? So the value of oil, that's where you get the money from this fiat cash. That's how much weight carries the dollar is based off of oil. So what he's trying to say, in other words, is that if we get this windmill, we ain't gonna be making no money because it's free energy, with the windmills and the solar. But they need to keep that money coming. So I guess that's what he's trying to allude to.
I see. He I'll just call it like dog whistles.
Yeah, come.
Like he dropping that code. He dropping that, which is something Brandon they had recently.
Yeah, right. Let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon. You know what I mean? The whole dog whistle thing. That's probably what's going on there with him. As I told them, these windmills don't work.
Right.
I don't know about that. If I could hook a windmill up to my car and that goes to the gas station, I'll be happy.
Damn right.
Damn right.
Yeah, I mean, that windmill gotta work right now.
So it's Salaki, sir, if I may.
Yeah.
And this is really Trump, like even his response, because like in the title of the article, it's like this is Trump's nonsensical answer to the escalation of Ukraine. Most most Republicans and Donald Trump, they really support Putin over Joe Biden. So instead of him trying to give a hardline stance on the war, because his stance is for Putin and against Biden, even though that's treason according to America, he's just like, we not going to, the windmills don't work. How you feel about the war? Yeah, the windmills though. You know what I'm saying? They traitors. So that's him trying to remain loyal to Putin and his fan base, his political base, sir. So like.
He ain't bending under no pressure. He keeping it a buck. Trump keeping it up. Trump on first 48 talking about. So what do you know about Putin? What about the windmills? Huh?
Yeah.
What's your name? Where were you at 8 p.m.? Windmills, birds.
That sounds like a coke here to me. As well, cokeheads, how they be all paranoid. What about the war, huh? Windmills.
It could well be. It could definitely well be. Man. But that's crazy though. But that's to show you, like, even if he's not in the White House, he ain't, running in supreme power. He's still, he's still able to say and do things, and his base gonna pick it up.
Right.
You know what I mean? His base gonna pick it up with no problem, no issue, and he just gonna keep running. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
it's like I said, that shows you what Donald Trump triggered in the oppressor's mentality and spirit. He really knew how to walk them through that door of the hatred towards Israel. You know what I'm saying? The whole everything about us. He walked them through that. Like if he was their Messiah, he just walked them through, hypothetically speaking, through the Red Sea to get them to the other side, so that way they can get their freedoms,
Right.
And that's what we're dealing with right now,
Yeah, he for sure. He playing it smart, as you say. You know what I mean? Able to do whatever he needs to do. So yeah, man. What else we got? You're wrong with one for a quick second. I'm gonna be right back.
Okay. I was dying to if I could, SHALAM, YAHANNA with them. I was dying to get to the that Jussie Smollett, that homosexual cat. That mother is hilarious.
Oh, that was real BS.
Right. Did y'all hear what he said walking out the court?
Man,
man.
The dude was like playing the role, like he was on film. He said action. He got up and did one of those Robert De Niro speech. You can't handle the truth.
Right. He said, I'm innocent. He said, I don't know why they got me locked up. I will get just like he said, I will get justice, something like that. It's so unnecessary though. You know what I mean? It's like a Captain I thought you mind if we read that story?
Was funny too. I'm not suicidal.
That's what he said.
You're making it clear, like if I die in here, you know that I was not suicidal.
You ain't ready for that,
right?
Man,
he definitely. I was gonna say right there.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Right there in that moment, for those brothers and sisters who are watching this that aren't part of the ISUPK and don't know nothing, don't be played by what he looks like on the outside, because this is a devil.
Right.
Jussie Smollett is a devil, straight up oppressor. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He just looked like one of us, but based off his statements and his reactions to his sentencing, that's straight how Esau would react when he don't agree with the laws that his own forefathers created for this country.
Right. Hey, Kevin, I thought you might read that article.
No, you go ahead. That judge should have called him back and gave him 150 more days in jail. Come. I don't think you learn your lesson.
Right. He the same one that said he the same one that said he the gay Tupac.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
That's what he said?
Yeah, he said no, he said that. He said he's the gay Tupac. On
Who said
Daylight NBC. Jussie Smollett.
Oh,
and remember, he's the one that created this whole lie that put him in jail, because he hired those guys to commit this thing, what you call a hoax.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So he could be
publicity.
like some homosexual hero or something like that. You know?
This is a good example of keeping it gay goes wrong.
Hey, because I read that article.
Sir.
Dave Chappelle called him Jussie Smollett, right?
Is that what he called him?
Yeah,
yes, they called him. Yeah, Jussie Smollett.
Oh man.
Jussie Smollett sentenced to 150 days in jail for lying to police in hate crime hoax. Former Empire star Jussie Smollett was sentenced Thursday to 30 months of felony probation, including 150 days in jail, in order to pay.
No, real quick, like, remember that show Empire? Remember, I don't know if y'all watched it. I watched the first couple of episodes until I found out they was, pushing the gay cat to be like the hero of the show. And I was like, damn, you know what I mean? Like, why they doing all that? So, I ended up stopped watching that show, and they ended up like they started pushing it to where, he was like a hero. He was like a beating people up or something like that. He was like arguing people down. It was really off. You know what I'm saying? It was real off. And I know that that director Lee Daniels, he's probably he was another homosexual pushing pushing the writing on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he gay as you know what I mean. You ain't getting more gay than that.
Right.
Like he's part of Tyler Perry crew.
Yeah.
Yep. Go ahead,
Kawakar, sir. In order to pay restitution of more than $120,000 and a $25,000 fine for making false reports to police that he was the victim of a hate crime in January 2019. After the judge announced his sentence, Smollett lowered his face mask and said he was innocent. Your Honor, I respect you and I respect the jury, but I did not do this, the actor told the judge before turning to the court. And I am not suicidal. If anything happens to me when I go in there, I did not do it to myself. And you must all know that. Just before he was taken into custody, the actor yelled again that he was innocent and raised a fist in the air.
That's what I'm saying. Like, all that is unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? Like he the one that made the whole. It's a lie.
Right.
He think because he's black that they're putting him in jail. You lie. Ain't that called perjury? You lied on the stand or something? You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's just hilarious. You know what I mean? If y'all want to take it.
Like, man, the judge leaned to him good in the beginning. That's why he took that mask down, because he couldn't take the chastising that judge was giving him. You understand? Just like you know what I mean with brothers with that demon on them. Right. You know what I mean? When you're chastising them, they can't, you know what I mean, they can't take it. You know what I mean? He couldn't take that chastisement that devil judge was giving him. And he had to say something. That judge should have gave him more days in jail and increase his fine.
Right.
Being disrespectful. Because it was one of us, we couldn't talk back to the judge like that.
If I may, sir, like what you're saying so heavy, because inside he knows he's a white man. He knows it. So that outburst is so normal, but he forgets that on the outer, he looks like us. And so what you're really finding out, and what he really found out, is color does matter. He really found out, because that wouldn't have happened if his skin was the other color. You know what I mean? If he was who he thought he was, who he knows he is, but it's just the reality he has to live with now.
Yeah.
And also, it goes back to homosexuality being a mental disease. And this guy got a mental disease, man. Like, why would you want to make all this up just so you can be looked at as what? You know what I mean? Some type of, revolutionary for homosexuals. Like, that's you know what I mean? You real sick in the head. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I say that's when keeping it gay go wrong.
Right.
That's exactly what he tried to do. He tried to push the agenda. He tried to push it, try to come out as being this whole, take the civil rights at a different level.
Right.
Go do time. You know what I mean?
If I could too, and it's not to his defense, but to show you something about the gay community, right? Because you say something like right now, if we say something offensive about the gay, they're gonna shut us down, right? But like for him, nobody in the gay community stood for him, right? Or am I wrong?
Nah, you're absolutely right.
Nobody at all. Like you out there on your own.
It's like he cap. In the beginning, they believed them. In the beginning, they was with him. Until all the evidence come on the table and they realize this is a joker right here. This is an actor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's like taking advice from Steve Harvey. You know what I mean? He is a comedian. This is an actor. You know what I mean? What is he doing, you know what I mean? Believing, you know what I mean? Him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And he also, I think he had a sexual relationship with one of them cats he hired. You want
the bamba?
You want to deal with that big boy?
Oh boy!
Shit. Yeah, like I think I read that he had a sexual relationship with one of the cats that he hired. You know what I mean? Like just even more going into all the gay stuff. I mean, it's just ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? He definitely deserves to be in jail for lying like that, man.
Listen, and what you were saying, like how in the beginning they were supporting him. You know what I mean? They was really supporting him, just like America supports the LGBTQ community because they get money. But war is coming, nigga. Yep. War is coming.
Right.
You can't sashay around bullets. 7.62s, you know.
Right.
Coming for you. You know what I mean? All that old powerful speech he gave and give about, I'm a black man and this and that. When that Kalashnikov go koof, cuff, queff and start all over the place, that shit ain't gonna help him.
Right.
Yeah.
If I could, like we talked about this like a couple of weeks ago too, like that homosexual demon that gives you like all these different feelings and personalities. You know what I'm saying? Like he wants to be gay, masculine, revolutionary, and black. You know what I'm saying? And an actor. And it's all these things he wants to be because he's mentally jammed up. You know what I'm saying?
He don't want to be whatever situation he in. He don't want to be it.
Right.
He was born a man. He want to be a woman.
God.
He guilty. He want to be innocent. I don't know what He got a serious identity crisis going on with that dude right there.
God.
That guy right there is, he's troubled.
It's another reason why. It's another reason, if I could just go off a little bit. It's another reason why black people, should stick to their own. Because look who this is. It's a white man that dealt with a black woman, but that black woman would have dealt with a black man. She might have had a stronger son. You know what I'm saying?
So he's a heathen.
He's a heathen, son. His father's a devil. His sister's the one that was in Lovecraft Country.
Right. Oh, right. Yeah. Definitely she's a heathen for sure. Like you said, we stand up there. It's like you're gonna give me my white rights.
Right.
Who is his father was?
His father
some devil. It's an Amalekite.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
In one of the whitest from one of the whitest towns in America, Napa Valley. Wine. That's where he's from. He don't know nothing but white.
And if I could, what I heard about Napa Valley, like you're right, it's one of the racist areas too.
Con, sir.
You know?
Listen, he stand up in that court there. He said, "My name is Kodak Black, but when you see me, I'm white." I might hire some Southern whites and smoking some nice. I went on a full civil rights tirade. Yo, hey, this thing is ridiculous, yo. It's a lot. I don't want Pania. Barack.
Yeah, how about you, my Shabrak Thumb? Can y'all hear me, Akim? Okay. Good to jump in here with y'all, man. A little something.
Both sides cry.
Damn right. What I missed? What y'all getting into?
We was just talking about the Smollett, the Smollett.
I got you.
Just talking about the Smollett.
Con. Hey, say again.
Now the brother was just saying he's an oppressor. He's Esau, and that probably would explain why he get such a light sentence. You know what I mean?
Well, I know one thing. Well, I know one thing about it, and that is that it's definitely an operation against us. Because what I keep thinking about is, and somebody get the scriptures, Kazaka, give me that scripture about principalities and high places. Because what I don't understand is how it is that you get the Chicago DA on such a public case involving white supremacy during an election year. How in the hell do you get the district attorney of Chicago to drop a case like that? No questions asked, no discussion, no nothing. And my question also becomes, how is it that Chicago DA is also not charged themselves or fired or some combination of it? The only way that could happen is if somebody got friends in high places that are pulling strings to do God knows what. You understand? Like the LGBTQ community is completely protected for some reason. Way high up in the democratic world, they have a strong purpose for this organization and this group. And now whatever that purpose is, it is being pushed and protected. When have a black man ever been able to say that he was attacked by white people falsely and called racial epithets and all that, a false flag operation? And then come to find out all the evidence point to him being guilty of the offense, and yet the district attorney dropped the case. And no questions asked. Like, it took a storm for them to come back, and only because the cops refused to let it go, because they had already suspected that it was off from the get-go. And then it would have had to entail people getting locked up. And they did a quick investigation, come to find out it was all a fake operation, man. And this says to the district attorney, just let it go. Like there is a psychological sexual assault going on against the black community. A black man must, and Latino and Native Indian man must guard his manhood at all costs.
That's right.
Because this evil place here has used these things to plot against us. So much has been used against us in the background that we are so unaware of, that we don't even see that they're using against us. And this is for sure looking like the same. It's being touted like it's innocent and grassroots, but it is not innocent and grassroots. And it goes to the larger issue. Coming to find out, the leadership of Black Lives Matter also
have a homosexual, an anti-traditional family agenda on their website.
Right.
They themselves are anti-traditional family. Yet they are supremely financed. What is going on here? Is the Black community, the Latino community being designated to be turned into a homosexual and lesbian and immoralist organization? And is it being done because those that sit in high places, that build skyscrapers with gargoyles on the outside of it, that name restaurants like Starbucks and others that are named after Greek and medieval gods, do they really know who we are? Like those that are part of the Masonic lodges, do they know who we are and what it is we stand for and who we are to the Lord? And are they actively working against us to try and make us something that we are not? We have no idea right now.
Right.
But it is sure looking absolutely suspicious, and our suspicion should be strong, especially when it comes up against the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High.
That's right.
We accepted slavery for 400 years. But the Lord also said that they would further that slavery. And this looks like it is part and parcel of that attempt to do that. And I find it strange that over there in Russia, that they are adamantly against the alternative lifestyle. They clowned that sister, the basketball player that got arrested over there recently.
Yeah.
They clowned the hell out of her on Russian television about her lifestyle. They clowned her like she was an immoral idiot. They pushing against homosexuality and lesbianism in an extreme, almost like it's a political agenda. Like they know something that is not to be said. And we also know that we have studies from Johns Hopkins University that stated that they were experimenting with the homosexualizing of young Black males in Baltimore.
Right.
Are we not aware of that? Have we not, as priests and prophets and overseer of the children of Israel, have we not seen and looked at these things and examined them and found them to be conspiracies, so to speak, against our people, right or wrong?
Right.
Right.
So there's no way we could ignore the fact that this man pulled this false flag, such a big false flag,
Right.
and was just dismissed. And even after, hemming and hawing and arguing and fighting, was called back. And he still only got, from my understanding, 150 days. Is that right? For such a major incident, had that been any other person, any other Black man pull that, first of all, it wouldn't even have been really recognized. It was the perfect assignment to give sympathy to the LGBTQ community.
Right.
Had it gone over as a real incident, it would have been looked at like Republicans and white supremacists and even Blacks are out to get the homosexual community. They are beloved and protected. They almost wiped out David Chappelle on Netflix over this.
Yeah.
Right.
Like this has major implications in the Black and Latino community. Like this here, I mean, they have risen to a level of power overnight almost that is ridiculous.
Yes, sir.
And which shows our job is even more difficult because of it. And it shows you how valuable every Hebrew Israelite priest that has decided to serve the Lord and become a prophet and disciple of Christ. That man is the most important thing in the Black. It's more important than your money, your houses, your cars, your jewelry, your political seats, your big jobs, your church money, all of that. The most important thing is these Black men, these Latino men, and these Native Indian men who decided to pull up off of this system.
That's right.
Decided to not look left or right or compromise with any beliefs and to follow this Bible, brother. They are the most important thing in the Black community. Without them, we don't have a shot.
That's right.
That's right.
We don't have a shot. So this incident should not be small. This incident should not be left alone to be small. Kazak Ahmad, please hit me with that one.
Kawakan, Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood.
We ain't just wrestling flesh and blood. We fighting flesh and blood in many cases, but we not just wrestling flesh and blood. There's some real evil coming up against us, man. Go ahead.
Kawakan, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world.
Against the rulers of the darkness of this this world, principalities, crimes, evil, wickedness in deep, secret, hidden places, man. Go ahead.
Kawakan, against spiritual wickedness and high places.
Spiritual wickedness in high places. Sorry to cut you off. In high places, man. There is going to be some revealing of some evil things that are going on, that are being hatched, even in the Black and Latino Native Indian communities that we're not aware of, man.
Right.
Full-fledged campaign. And we cannot dismiss the government of the United States who admitted that they went into Guatemala and spread the herpes virus throughout Guatemala. Y'all know about that. Am I wrong? Prophets of God know about this.
Right. Sir.
This was a massive government program to spread the herpes virus in Guatemala for God knows what reason. You understand? And it was done, and they had apologized for it. So if they were capable of doing that, then why would we act like it's strange that this is incapable? And that arrogant bastard should have humbled himself, man, and apologized to the Black community, man. Hell, he damn near should apologize. He should apologize to the Black, Latino, and Native Indian community for running a false flag operation to gain his. There it is. Boy, you on point with that, brother. U.S. scientists knew Guatemala's syphilis test unethical. They knew it. Running tests and experiments on the Guatemalan people, a beautiful people, one of the lost 12 tribes of the Most High, you understand, ran sexual disease tests on them, filling them up with syphilis. And I heard the herpes virus later.
Okay.
You understand? That arrogant bastard should be apologizing, man. Right. Apologizing for trying to brainwash us into having sympathy for the LGBTQ community while running a false flag on us.
Right.
Trying to change our better judgment against the Bible for a lifestyle that is totally anti the scriptures.
Right.
He should be apologizing for that. Salaki, y'all jump in, please.
Counsel, you for sure right with that, because he couldn't, like as you say, if it was a brother who didn't have all this fame and fortune and didn't come from the background, like they would have slammed him with wasting police time.
Yep.
Is all kind of charges he would have gotten, conspiracy for this, conspiracy for kidnapping, all kind of stuff he would have gotten. But because of his celebrity, and again, he represents in the agenda, as you say, you know what I mean? Like how Dave Chappelle said, they the new white supremacy.
Yeah.
That rainbow coalition, they the new KKK with the hoodies, because they could oppress you and be the victim at the same time.
Yes. So true. You know what I mean? So true. You know what I mean? Doing this kind of evil against us, trying to make us think a different way about our people, and trying to make it like they had to create a false flag because they are not victims.
Right.
You understand? You touch one of them and have to go to court, and you a black man, you done. You done. They're going to try to throw the book at your masculinity, man.
Okay.
Oh God.
And recently they had what was the name of that singer? Recently one of them tried to kiss the singer.
Genuine.
It was Genuine, but it was another one that's even more recent than him. And he tried to kiss the singer. I mean, this it might have been Genuine, I'm not sure. Was it Genuine? Did Genuine have two incidents? Because I know about the first incident. when he was on the couch. But then there was another incident outside.
I'm familiar with one. It's like I said, there was one on the show, The Shy.
Yeah,
he quit his job because he didn't want to deal with the transgender.
And they said that I'm not sure it was him, but one of them, they said that the transgender came up to him and just tried to out and out give him a kiss. And he backed the cat up and said, yo, I'm not into that, man. Stop that. And backed him up. And brother, do you know they jumped on social media and said this was so evil of the singer to do this to this transgender, that the transgender is what was the term they said? That
homophobic, maybe?
Transphobic.
They made it it was almost, they made it like the transgender was assaulted. Like he's like he should sue. They were like he should sue. He was, for humiliation. He for abuse. They were acting like he was the victim of what took place instead of the singer whom he tried to come up and have a sexual act with.
Right. It might be GEN.YAHANNA, sir. It might be.
It might be. But he was trying to stop that, which show you Kazak Ahmad. Give me the scripture in the one the one in about Sodom and Gomorrah, where it said they went after those that were, it's one specific that talks about how they kept furthering their assault. See if you can find me that one. Go ahead.
Also, too, sir, that happened to Will Smith too a couple of years ago, right? All in public. He doing an interview, and the dude who doing the interview reaching as if he gonna hug him at the end and try to kiss him, hold on to him and try to kiss him. Will Smith had to hit him on backhand in his lip.
Damn. Damn.
And he looking around. He's like, "Did y'all see that? He tried to kiss me." But the audience, of course, is Hollywood, so they ain't saying nothing about it.
Yeah, like they acting like, they gonna act like you're the victim.
Right.
This person just come up to you and trying to sexually assault you, and they're gonna make you the victim. And if you got any kind of masculinity and you want fame too much, and they do that to you, okay, they gonna that transgender is gonna destroy your career. Because now you're going to be forever looked at like you are no longer a full, that you can possibly go that way.
Right.
like that. And of course, it's fully acceptable by the empire, man, which is why prophets of God, man, are such gatekeepers. They such gatekeepers for the benefit of the Lord's chosen people, man. Because my goodness, without it, this agenda would go run rampant. Just give me the part, Kazak, where it said that he offered them the girl, and they went after the men.
Sir.
Because the point I'm bringing is that this spirit that's in the transgender is not a spirit. Remember, it started out as a spirit to there you go, you caught it too. He had to push him the hell off him. Look at this nasty, and he gets away with it.
Yeah,
like he gets to get away with it. And listen, he just laughed the shit off because he knew that was his intention.
Yep.
You understand? He knew that was his intention, to try and do something nasty like that to the brother, to try to put him in that sphere.
It's like you said. Can I?
Yeah,
can I ask
ahead,
you a question?
please jump in.
No,
I'm so mad. That's why I'm talking so much.
No sweat, sir. I just had a question, right? I was reading this article right here. Do you believe? Would you say that you know how the transphobic, or it's like the homosexual community made Genuine feel like that? Do you believe that is also tied in with white privilege?
No, I don't. Okay, not so much white privilege, but more of what they are trying to bring forth is LGBTQ privilege. You understand? Yeah. They covering it across the board. You can be black. Like a black dude could have did the same exact thing. They would have applauded and supported him. And I'm gonna go a step further. What you bringing out is heavy in this respect, because it's this, the levels of evil of this is so heavy in this respect. Hear me on this. This is so evil because in essence, what they are putting out demonically is that you could receive white privilege if you join the LGBTQ community, meaning you could be as protected as the white people are protected.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like they protected Smollett. Like he ran that false flag out. They dropped them charges. Now that happens to white privilege, right or wrong. Boy, how you hit it. You nailed it on the goddamn head, Skalakia. You nailed it on the damn head. Like because of the LGBT, because he, being a black, so-called black man, is part of the LGBTQ community, openly out on TV with it, he got the charges immediately dropped, and here he is convicted of it, and he's not even apologetic on it. He stood up and basically cursed everybody out without using profanity, and did a completely arrogant sodomite statement when he knows it was a false flag, and he knows he was hired to do it, and they probably told him to make sure you stand up and say something about it. But and now you cannot do that as a black man unless you are part of this community.
That's right.
You are part of this community, and listen, even his lawyers, if these are his lawyers standing on his left and right, even they are embarrassed at him saying this. You can look at them and tell they embarrassed at it, but he gets away with it because, like you bring it out, Gadaha, this allows you to be part of white privilege. Now, when the cops show up and you say this dude did A, B, and C, and he's prancing around with a purse and saying, no, he did this, this, and this, like a sodomite, that officer's mind is going to be already trained to go to, are you treating this man wrong because he's in the LGBTQ community?
Right.
The cop's mind is already going there, which is white privilege.
God.
White privilege is the cops show up, white is right until evidence proves different, right or wrong.
Right.
So now it's going to be the LGBT community, which must be protected from you, is right unless other information says different. Brother, that is so evil. Boy, you hit it right on the nail out. And we should see what's being done to us. Sorry, real quick. We should see what's being done to us. What's being done to us is we're being given a chance to join the empire and to join white supremacy and to join white privilege if we're willing to give up our manhood.
Right.
It's amazing. I'm gonna shut up because it's more than I can. I'll jump in. It's more than I can. Some stuff I be halfway wishing I couldn't see. Like you said that, Gadol, I would halfway wish I didn't even understand what you said. But it was so heavy that it had to come out. So, Lockie, go ahead. I'm done.
I just wanted to say, sir, what you said was so right about how the cop gets trained to make sure that he goes through the right protocol so he doesn't get he doesn't get sued by the gay LGBTQ community for not treating him correctly. But he don't think that way when he see a brother. So what you said was so right. Ain't no training when he see a brother. The training is grab the gun or, you know what I mean, or talk to him crazy or even try to provoke him so he can, you know what I'm saying? So he can be so he can go home safe.
Exactly. You know but now when he hear that high-pitched voice gonna make him down.
Right.
He's gonna be like, oh, this is sodomite. Okay. What happened? What happened, ma'am? He's gonna be like, what happened, ma'am?
Yeah, right.
And the sodomite going in that high-pitched voice gonna make its complaint. And boy, you gonna have an uphill battle saying, yo, this cat did A, B, and C.
Yep.
You're gonna have a damn uphill battle because you ain't now he has white privilege. And listen, and this false flag, last point for me, on this false flag, this would have given them exactly what they want. This would have made white America say, you got to respect them.
Yeah.
You can't be beating them up in the middle of the night in Chicago.
Right.
You gotta, that's not right. You know what I'm saying? It would have made them in an uproar, and it would have been respected, man. Black men, last thing. Black men have to use the tools given to them by the Most High to push our masculine male agenda the same way. Blacks, Latino, Native Indian. Our way ain't like a woman's way. That's the way of the empire. But our way is taking on these laws, statutes, and commandments and bringing these sisters under the order of the Most High and into the family structure, man, and raising these children up. That's our method. And we should be using our method in every way we can to bring forth that agenda of the Most High. That's how we fight that spirit, man.
That's right. That's right. And General, if I could too, right on what you were saying, like not only is it empowering the LGBT community, but just like on the right hand side, how we have trained up a child in the way that he should go and he ain't gonna depart from it. Like you have young Israelites watching this and knowing they're gonna learn, whether it's consciously or subconsciously, it's better to be gay than black. It's better to be lesbian than black. It's better to be a deviant than black. Because if I don't know if we're done with this, but this is a good segue into that thing with Ryan Coogler, the producer from Black Panther, who was arrested in his own bank, taking out his own goddamn money. And they didn't give him the benefits of the doubt like Jussie Smollett. You know what I mean? They treat him like the regular perp black man. He gave the bank teller the damn his ID, the right bank account info, everything. All the brother had to do is ask him to pull down the mask so she could verify his face. But that's not enough because you look too black and masculine. But had he come in there, the shaved face and the LGBTQ colors and the whole hue, the whole family
with a purse.
That damn purse. And he was in Atlanta too, so that's doubly the thing. Like he looking more like a man than a man in Atlanta. And the damn clerk is like, push the button, call Putin, call Ukraine, call everybody, because the bank robber is here, taking his own money out.
And if I could, real quick, if that had been Smollett or whomever else from that community, Bank of America would have been on CNN apologize. Bank of America would have been tap dancing all over CNN's doorsteps in Atlanta, apologizing because every sodomite from here to the moon would have been in a full-fledged uproar.
Right.
That's ridiculous.
Hey, sir, can I add one small thing real quick?
Please jump in, y'all. Jump in.
It was that time. It reminded me of the time what you were saying earlier. Terry Crews, remember he got sexually assaulted, right? He got so-called sexually assaulted, and he said out of fear he didn't want to say nothing because he didn't want to be ostracized in Hollywood. So he didn't say nothing. He didn't press no charges. He even confronted the guy that did it, or grabbed his section. You know what I'm saying? So another thing that you were saying that was on point
Imagine if he had done that to a sodomite.
Right.
Not only would he screamed it to the rooftop, people would have been going to jail.
Yep.
Yeah. It's absolutely ridiculous what they could get away with. You know what I mean? Like how far they could go. Like this man in the bank there with all his particulars, everything, and he really get arrested for just being a black man. I guess too successful being straight. But that Jussie Smollett, you know what I mean? He like the world is not enough for him. The empire done turned him into a goddamn superhero on the show, where he is the most moral, he's the bravest, he had the most courage, and still he had to go out in the street and then perpetrate and lie about it and get nothing. But meanwhile, this brother had to get fully embarrassed and had to hold, he had to hold himself together because that had to feel like such a violation. And I watched the tape. He was so calm, but I could tell, okay, he's just not trying to escalate it because he has so much he could lose.
Brother, if you just back up to that part of that tape you just played where he put his hands together to pray, it said it all. That part in the right there by the car.
Constant.
Like this what you watching is true terrorism. Like he prayed that he would live. Like, look at this beast. Pulling the glasses off of him, humiliating him. Look at him shaking his head. Look at him shaking. Now they figured it out. They take the handcuffs off. Watch his hands. Look at that. That is terrorism. What you're looking at right there is terrorism. And he's praying and being thankful that he's not dead and going into jail for absolutely no reason, brother. Like, that's terrorism right there. And name one time for me that you have ever heard of a white man, walking into any bank in America to withdraw money and being arrested.
Right.
Falsely being arrested. Name it one time. And brother, because this society has been allowed to ignore this, it is why it is allowed to go on. And if the brotherhood wasn't like the same way the LGBT got their themselves come together to protest, Black, Latino, and Native Indian men should be together in the ISUPK. When incidents like this happen, it should wave across. Like, every Black, Latino, and Native Indian person should be going into the Bank of America right now, getting a certified bank check with their money and clearing out their account. Like, let Bank of America lose $100 million behind this. A black man will never get arrested again walking into a bank. Let $100 and $200 million get withdrawn in one day in Bank of America. It'll halfway break the bank, and let it get put into a black bank. I guarantee you they won't. But we, of course, they keep us divided and destroyed, so we can't come together, man. And that's what Christ died for, man. That's what he went on that cross, that we come together with these tribes so that we could fight against this type of thing, because he was terrorized. Yeah. Why he grabbed his hands and prayed like he did. He was terrorized. And rightfully so, because they murdering us. And here he is, a multi-millionaire with a sprawling career in front of him. And of course, like you said, Mashak, he thinking about what, if I end up dead here, all the great things I propose to do, you understand, will get stopped right here.
Yeah.
Not that we loved Black Panther, we hated it. We understood. You understand? You know what I mean? We know his intentions was right. You know what I'm saying? But the movie was, we all know.
He was down in Atlanta filming Black Panther 2.
Damn.
And he went to the bank to take out money to pay his I think the babysitter
on the set. You gotta pay them lighting cats and all that.
No, it's somebody in his home. Somebody who was like take care of his baby, the babysitter. He said while they arrested him, they detained the babysitter in the car.
Damn.
And he's like, why the hell would you detain her? Like, will I come to rob a bank with a babysitter? He telling the cop that. So is as you say, it's so much oppression right there. He telling them, look, I have the name tag, Google me. He said, Google me.
You know what he realized? It's like this, sir, if I could. What he realized, and what black men need to realize, is your money don't matter. What Commander GEN.YAHANNA is talking about walking out of the Bank of America, we would never understand that. We only understood it one time with that boycott that Martin Luther King and them had. That if they actually used that in the proper context, if that was a white man, an Asian man, or whatever, they would have walked out of the Bank of America like Commander GEN.YAHANNA said. And Bank of America would offer a public apology. They would make a severance. They would be doing all type of things to make up for the grave error that they had. All we're going to do is put this video and say this should never happen, but there's not going to be any action behind it. So what you said, GEN.YAHANNA, was correct.
And so, like, yes, sir, if I could say something.
Go ahead now, I'm going to go after.
Yeah, I was just going to say that picture that that's up there with the brother with his hands clasped like that is almost to the point where, he thanking the Lord he can get killed because black. He studied his whole life.
That's right.
He studied his whole life to become a black successful brother, so that he wouldn't have to be in that position he is in. He thought he was away from that type of situation with the cops. And black brothers getting to realize, rich black men getting to realize they're not separate from poor black men. No. there's no separating us. You know what I mean? You had to walk with that money strapped to your head or something, to your back or something.
That you so right, because he say he just go to the bank, he just go to different banks in Atlanta because he know the place hot. He ain't trying to get robbed. He trying to take out $12,000. So the way he dressed like that on purpose because he said when they're running the money through the damn counter in the bank, he experienced it before where everybody looking at him taking this money. And he ain't trying to get robbed. So he go in there dressed like the average black man, inconspicuous. He just passed the teller the note. Please hit the street. This broad see a dark skin and say, well, you know, Billy the Kid is outside with Alibaba and 40 thieves. Call the Navy.
And she's a sister too, as you say.
And she was
on the brother.
And there's the other thing too, like you were speaking about, you know, boycotting Bank of America. I think they called him the same day, and he done come out and say how he worked out something with Bank of America and everything is taken care of, and you know he said they dealt with the situation to his satisfaction. But boy, that's, you know, if that had happened to, you know, Tom Cruise or Spielberg, another director, the Jewish community would be up in arms.
They would have shut Bank of America down, Cap.
Yeah.
Say again?
I said they would have shut Bank of America down. It wouldn't be no more Bank of America. It'd be Bank of the Jewish Man, is what it would be.
They would call it the Bank of Munich. They would say that.
Right.
They would say that's the Gestapo.
They would have done just like what it did in slavery. Like I have something here, right? Where it say Bank of America found that two of its predecessor bank, Boatsman Saving Institution and Southern Bank of St. Louis, had ties to slavery and their predecessors. Bank of Metropolis accepted slaves as collaterals on loans, which lets you know what I mean? They changed the name, everything, just, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? They wouldn't get ties to this. And that would have happened if that happened to a Jewish man, or somebody other than us. You know what I mean? They would have to, you know what I mean, do something about it.
All right, let's hit something else. What else you got on the plate? Was somebody else trying to say something, Salaki?
If I could, so I was just wanted to say real quick on top of that, you were so right about the terrorism part. Now, you know, these devils will still look at him real suspect after this, even though he did what he had to do to prove his innocence. These devils are still gonna feel some type of way, like, nah, maybe you know, this guy's into something right here, you know, because that's the nature of them.
He might go rewrite a little bit of that movie now. I'm probably put a little.
Yeah, put something in there.
like rewrite the shit.
Like that's the movie he need to make. Bank.
God, sir.
Like, he need to go out and make a movie about black men robbing banks.
Bank Panther, not Black Panther. You know, man?
Like what was that name? That one where they dressed up in the black and white face and robbed the
presidents.
Man, you gotta make it like everybody better realize that you're gonna have to fight on every level. If you a movie maker, you better be making movies fighting this evil. You know what I mean? If you whatever you doing, it need to be, if you making cupcakes, it better be, the cupcake need to say Jesus is black cupcakes.
That's right.
Everybody better fight on the level or whatever it is they dealing with.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
Oh man. What else we got on the table, y'all? Somebody was saying something, Salaki. What else we got?
If you want,
I'm sorry.
If you want Smokey, so if you want Smokey
Robinson. Yeah, let's put Smokey in the game.
God.
Kazaki, you haven't?
He is Salaki. It's not on this list, sir.
Yeah, it is. I'm gonna tell you which number it is. Hold on 1 second. Number 4.
Yeah, I see it. The water, sir.
No sweat.
Black is a race. Smokey Robinson draws mixed reactions after saying he resents being called African American.
Can you Hebrew Israelites please just give yourselves a hand, please? If you don't mind. Y'all just, because if anybody got any sense, y'all the one that did this right here.
Yeah, right.
Because this is not how Smokey was talking 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Like he was not talking like this at all. Like y'all created this. That mean he always had this in him, but he suppressed it until recently.
Right.
That's right.
Recently, Go ahead, jump in, Cat. Go ahead.
No, I wasn't gonna say. I was just saying that's right. So I was letting you speak. Sir.
No sweat. That he there was a time when he didn't want to deal with racism. He didn't want to talk about these things. But now, oh my goodness, like enough of this done happened where he's sick of it. And he probably took a trip to Africa and got treated like an albino. And realized, you know what I mean? Like now that his career is fulfilled and he's got his money, he's probably thinking of what's really happening to us.
Right.
And that's thanks to y'all. Like, don't make no mistake. Ain't nobody, the people see us standing on that corner and might think we crazy, but they definitely hearing what we're saying, and it's taking an effect like it always did, and is why the Lord always used that same thing. Like he always said, he used the foolishness of this world to confound the wise. Foolishness of preaching to confound the wise. Like the Lord always used prophets and disciples this way, and it works. Because this is unprecedented. Let me let you read some more, please.
Paul, a Black American, sparked a widespread discussion about racial identity following its original performance nearly 18 years ago.
See that? I'm sorry, go ahead.
Slide you, sir. During the season finale of Russell Simmons Presents Deaf Poetry.
I have a little bit of the video here from this interview, so
get it in, Cap. Go ahead.
See, I'm a person, I resent being called an African American. I really do. Now, I've traveled all over the world, and Africa is one of the few places in the world that I've never been yet. Okay? But I think that when you do that, you're disclaiming all the things, all the contributions that Black people have made to America. You see, I consider myself to be a Black American, and I enjoy being called Black. And Black has been so negativized as a color down throughout history by those who wanted to negativize it. And so it spilled over into the Black community, into the Black people. And even Black people back in the day calling each other Black was a sign for a fight or something like that, because it had been so negativized, like Black was just so negative. So I resent being called an African American because Black people have contributed so much to the development of the United States of America. You mentioned the poem, and I sent you guys these books, Black history books, and I hope each one of you got them. It tells all the Black contributions that Black people have made to America. Okay? And in the poem that I wrote called Being a Black American, there's a passage that says, all the wonderful Black Americans who served in the armed forces and gave their lives in all the wars, they did not do that for Timbuktu or Cape Town.
That's right.
They died for Mississippi and Alabama.
That's right.
And Texas and
that's heavy right there. That's heavy.
General, I think he owing some tithes, I could send him an invoice.
All his tithes.
Invoice, sir. I think he owing 10% of all them platinum records.
All that.
So break it down. What is Smokey saying here, y'all? I'm get me in the game.
You know what I look at it like, sir? I look at it like, not only does he feel like he's more affiliated with Black people over here, there hasn't been nothing from Africa to even want to call yourself African American. Like, what has Africa actually done for Black people in America on a grand scale? I ain't talking about the fake donations and stuff that they give. They haven't done nothing. So all we really had is us. I was telling Commander GEN.YAHANNA on the phone call, if he don't mind me speaking about it.
Get it in, Cap.
Malcolm X, they talk about Malcolm X, this great leader. And Malcolm X went to 31 countries in Africa looking at the apartheid issue in South Africa. So this is in the 60s now. So in the 60s, there was this big gripe over South Africa and all the apartheid and segregation they was causing over there. And he saw how that became a worldwide issue. So he takes a trip to Egypt and Cairo and meets with 31 countries in Africa, 31 leaders of the countries in Africa. And he's thinking, because they had such a global scale with South Africa, of course, for black people in America, they're going to do the same thing because they so-called hate oppression. And when he goes to them African countries, them Africans tell him, we have enough problems over here. We can't deal with the Afro-American, not African-American. He said Afro-American as if your hair make you a nationality or something like that. So I think what Smokey Robinson is speaking to is that we have not seen nothing from actual Africans from that continent to even want to be affiliated with them. And it's thanks, like Commander GEN.YAHANNA said it to the Israelites on them corners talking about how Africa ain't done nothing. I think the earth is hearing that right now. So I just want to add that part, sir.
Yeah, right. Go ahead, Ash. Go ahead. Give it up.
Yeah, and it also sounds like Smokey Robinson actually highlighting the greatness of black people versus Africans.
That's right.
It's important for black people to hear and understand. Like we see it. We see it in the music and what we do, the cooking, the flavor we all carry. And that Smokey Robinson had to put that now. You didn't put it out there, even though he still got some backlash off of it. That comes with the turf. But he did right by stating what is obvious. Black people are great. There's no getting way around that.
Right.
And if I could too, not only did he highlight, black people being great, but like when he mentioned brothers fighting in that war, that also recognizes the sacrifice that black people make. Like that's a sacrifice that's like no other. You can't pay for blood. You can't pay for the lives that's lost. And we are a nation who fought within a nation as part of another nation for the rights of that nation. That didn't really affect us. Like we come home and still have to go to the back and at the restaurant to eat, call darky in the uniform. So for him to talk about it, it really now he's resonating with a whole generation that went unappreciated, where you had a whole depression with the black family because most of them brothers came back feeling like heroes, but then treated like, enemies, like villains.
Yeah.
So you resonate with that whole thing there. It's like you bridging the whole gap where all this glory go into Africa. But what about these brothers who died, who, have PTSD, lost limbs, lost their families fighting in these wars? These wars was not fought for Kenya and Soweto. And they had their people fighting for that. They had the United Nations fighting for that. But these brothers went there and fought for the hood, like how we always do. We get, big and in sports, and we represent where we come from, this block, that block. Like he's saying something that's always missed with our contribution, which is the sacrifice, the pain that we go through that nobody ever recognizes and talk about, ever.
Right. And still,
go ahead, go ahead. I just wanted to give it up.
Concert and that's why the school, sir, Salakia, sir, the school, that's that you built, sir. The school that you built, sir, is so it's so right in that we don't have to, we ain't dancing around it. We calling a spade. The oppressor, he's the one who what he used? Negative. I forget the word.
Negativize or something like that.
Yeah, negativize or something like that. He used that put that negative connotation to black, to being black. When in this school, being black is something, is royal.
Right.
Christ, you teach Christ is black on the streets of America since 1969 to now. You understand what I'm saying? And for the brother, for Smokey Robinson to come out and say what he said, is proof. The work that you're doing, sir, the work that you put out there, they're hearing us. You know what I mean? But they're still trying to be political with it. So just stand aside. Let the UPK, say the white man is the devil. So
you right. You right. But somebody else was jumping in, Salaki.
If I could, sir,
please.
I just want to add a little bit to what Captain Shucks and Captain Zarg as well. Like It was so pivotal that he said those things because he lived the whole life and he's seen it all. You know what I'm saying? So and I know through his time, even his music career, I'm sure there was no Africans that stood with him and do-wopped with him for sure. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody. There's no, you know what I mean? He ain't never seen no Africans sing the way he seen them brothers around him sing, and he just putting it all together now. You know what I mean? Like, man, like since I was a child, you know what I'm saying? How can we be African? We have no association to them at all. You know what I'm saying? So him to come out and say those things was just it was well said. And of course, like Captain I said, it was political. You know what I mean? He didn't want to go all the way there. And that's not his job to. But you know what I mean? It was definitely needed to be said to that audience. You know what I'm saying? That's all I wanted to add.
So if I may,
please jump in. Huh?
What I also heard, sir, from that is like he also allowed black people in his demographic too to see that you just don't have to always let certain other races jump into your category. Like we just let Africans come in. They don't have to go through none of the things we went through. We just let them come in like we do with all the other nations in our neighborhoods, and they take advantage of everything that we do, that we don't understand to do, right? So that's another thing that, I got from that too. So it's good for them to hear it. You know what I mean? Because sometimes they don't want to hear us, but now they hearing their favorite, person that's giving them Christmas songs they want to hear. They realize that he don't really think the way he think. He actually think a little different. So that's good to see he doing it like that.
That joint is heavy because for like to Mashak's point earlier, they was beating up the brothers. If you were black or Latino and you came back from the military during World War II, you were liable to get your ass beat the shit out. There's footage out there where they would beat the shit out of you and rip your uniform off of you. Like they were infuriated, especially after World War I. They were infuriated at the fact that blacks were even able to go fight in the military because, of course, then you had to look at them like a hero when they got back.
Right.
And it made them Edomites in the South so angry that you coming off the train to Louisiana some damn where, Alabama, and you got your uniform on and your bag, your duffel bag on your shoulder, man, they snatch you up and beat the hell out of you. You lucky if you make it home. They done ripped the whole damn uniform off of you, man. And it was heavy. And once again, it didn't get the coverage it should have. Like he should have been on the Breakfast Club. He should have been on CNN. Right. They should have been calling him all over. But of course they didn't. When what he said, I mean, that's one of the very few times that I've heard a prominent and such a seasoned prominent so-called black person separate us and our achievements from the Africans.
Yeah,
that's a rare like he wanted what we want. What like is the whole reason we say the nigga God. The whole reason we say
that's right.
Identifies us separate from the Africans. The same thing we've been saying. He now is saying it, and he was saying it with a conviction of that it's almost disrespectful to call us African Americans.
That's right.
So-called ideas of Africa instead of to the agenda and the things that we actually fought and died for. Now, his end agenda is to say we should be accepted with white America because of what we've done for America, as opposed to looking at us as Africans. But of course, we know better. But it's still a huge step in the right direction. Something I'm not sure if I've ever seen, except maybe a rapper or something like that. I've seen us separate ourselves from white people and others, but I've rarely ever seen a prominent entertainer say, call me black, don't call me African American because I'm different from them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And our achievements and our history is different from theirs. That's a different level and pretty damn good, I might add.
Come on. Yeah. If I could, I have another clip here. I was looking for the soldiers, but there's another one. I think it's, people might recognize it once they see it. Is this interview with his brother? And,
yeah, that was a good one.
He's running. I don't know if you want to play some from it soon.
Please, you can play a couple seconds of it.
Come on.
You don't get into that. This is the way they do this now. All right, if you don't take it off before you come to the theater, you don't get into that. This is the way they do this thing. They said the Afro was legal. Am I right or wrong? That's what they said. It was legal. We can sport the Afro. All right. This man, there's a lot of brothers here. This man here has got an Afro. This is an Afro right here. Or somewhat of an Afro. It's not big, no. But they want us to wear skin head, what they call it. It's not my culture. Am I right or wrong? They come over here.
All right, brother, that was deep.
All right. A Vietnamese girl. She called me a nigga.
If you could, for 1 second, Salakia. Yes, sir. Did y'all hear that?
Come on.
Like that. Now, get me right. I believe that was during Vietnam. Now, during the Vietnam War, you were in the military. You could not wear an afro. Like your black skin, that afro was such an offense to them. You understand? And listen, and sure enough, they got their achievement. They convinced us to have them bald heads.
Yep.
You understand? Which is according to the scriptures, is what you do to slaves.
Yeah.
You bald their head. You take off their identity. And that's exactly what they did. And it is so wrong. So wrong. And then to come back home and be treated like garbage. I mean, they came back home and literally tried to dope up every brother that came back home from Vietnam.
Yeah.
Like, so what Smokey Robinson is saying, man, is so right. We fought for our hoods.
Yeah.
Our neighborhoods. We fought for those things. Meanwhile, it's looked at like it was Africa that fought for it or something.
Right.
African-American achievements. They taking our achievements, man, and stealing our identity. And we've been so ignorant in this empire that all they have to do is have brown skin, man, and they fully they fully acceptable. Like we'll accept anybody with brown skin. You don't have to be part of us or have any history with us or nothing. You just have brown skin, man, and you just looked at as, one of us.
Right.
Which once again just waters down how great and powerful an individual we are, man. We got 12 whole tribes. We got a variety of people, brother, that's more than we don't need nobody else in here. Right. Already a dozen of us in here. We
That's
don't
right.
need more other nobodies.
That's right.
Up in the midst of us up in here, man. We got 12 outstanding tribes.
That's right.
You understand? When they went to Venezuela recently trying to get Venezuela to pump out more oil, the president of Venezuela said that during the Trump administration, that he said they did not even know where Puerto Rico was. He said Puerto Rico is our brothers. He said that in Venezuela. He said Puerto Rico are our brothers. And they did not even know who they was. And when he got talking about Trump, and when he got there, he disrespected the Puerto Rican people.
Right.
He was reaching out for solidarity.
That's right.
Another tribe. That is an inevitability. And so right. And that's why what Smokey did was unexpected. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a lot of you.
And it comes right in the same. It comes at a good time too. Like it's for sure the Lord, how He say He'll pour out His Spirit, and everybody gonna prophesy now.
True.
Where there's another story on the list where the name of the video is African Day at Howard, African Takeover Day.
Let's do it.
And you know Howard, so everybody know Howard is notoriously a black university. HBCU flagship.
Right.
But they have a day called African Takeover Day, which is damn near in the same vein as what Smokey coming with, where it's like we gotta have some pushback now. We can't be African for sure if it's African Takeover Day. You know, we can't be African for sure if you have Obama, an African in the White House, but he's not the black president. You know what I mean? Like it's damn near in the whole spirit of every man returning to his own.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we in that time now, and it's high time people wake up. Like they all on the campus pushing the Nigerian flag. That shit.
We gotta address. Listen, I watched that video. It's so disgusting watching this video.
Like look at this here. Look, this is not their parents did not fight in Vietnam.
No, right.
parents didn't march for the rights to have certain rights, whatever social rights was being marched for at the time in whichever era. I mean, their parents didn't experience universities being bombed and schools being burnt down. But now they come in and dancing with the kente cloth, talking about Africa Takeover Day. And of course, some of the students in Howard pushing back on it because they're saying this triggered xenophobia. And to even make the statement trigger xenophobia, they know that there's a difference between us and them, because if we all the same, how could this be xenophobia?
Right. And I think they were saying that this is a pushback on Black History Month for black for black people.
You see,
this whole this whole movement, which lets you know if we Africans, why the Africans are celebrating Black History Month with us.
Right.
We not Africans. That's the whole that's the game right there.
You know what's heavy about it? It's like an attack. Go ahead.
No. I'm good, sir.
I was gonna say what's heavy. There's an article where they tried to do a rally in Africa, in Uganda specifically. They tried to do a rally. Now I'm gonna bring this out in the debate I got April 2nd. They tried to do a rally in Uganda for the murders of black people, and they locked them up for it in Africa. Dead ass. They follow all the protocols. They had their face covered. They had all that, and all they wanted to do was stand in solidarity with black people in America, and they all went to jail for it. All of them.
Dang. In Rwanda?
It was Uganda.
Oh, Uganda.
In Uganda. All went to jail. All went to jail for trying to stand for black people in America. Because they're not having that. We're not the same people.
Right.
Listen, go ahead. Whoever's jumping in, go ahead.
No. So are those students at Howard, are they actually African?
Yeah. The ones in there was actually African, because this was a sister. I'm assuming she was from Howard, but she say Howard lost its way because this is not, Howard is a HBCU, not a HACU.
Right. She in the right spirit.
It's historically black. It's not historically African. So that's why they're saying it triggers xenophobia. But if this is what they call xenophobia, what was we experiencing all the time in quote unquote our own lands when these Africans and these Afghans and East Indians would come over, in this case just the Africans, and totally take over and squeeze us out? That got to be xenophobia.
That's right.
But now it's on the other foot. Now it's a problem for them.
Right.
Boy, I had to look up that word.
Xenophobia is a crazy word. I never heard that one.
Yeah, I had to look at. Listen, when I saw it in the article, I had to look it up, and it says a dislike or prejudice against the people from other countries.
Yep.
And if anybody has an experience with actual Africans, you'll know that they hate us. I went to a facility in Maryland, this pharmaceutical facility, and it's just a regular black brother. Now, when I go to the facility with a regular black brother, he's working with Africans. And he lets me know right off the gate when I get in there, hey, man, be careful how you deal with them over there, because they don't associate with us. They don't sit with us. They don't deal with us. They don't talk with us. They treat us different. And everybody, it's not an Israelite thing. That's a black people over here thing. Really, your interactions with them, they'll let you know. They don't want you to marry them. They don't want you to deal with them. They look at you separate. It's all in the movies, etc. That movie Sugar Hill with Wesley Snipes, when what do you call him? A kata. That's the term that they call us for, the cotton picker. And that's how they look at us to this day. If you're in New York, I know Commander GEN.YAHANNA know, I.S.U.P.K know. If you're in New York, you know for sure them Hamites over here, they know exactly they don't deal with us like that.
That's right.
Yeah.
If I can say something real quick, sir.
Them Ethiopians in DC also. Go ahead.
Okay, so two things, right? This video that Captain Mashab put up there is a perfect example of Zephaniah 2:1. Gather yourselves together. Gather yourself together. Nation, not desire. This is a great lesson right here. I also want to touch on an experience that I did with my daughter. One time we was in Silver Spring, downtown Silver Spring, and we was at the plaza there, right? And they had an African festival. Now I'm seeing all the music and all the dancing, they got kiosks and this and that. And the performers that were performing, they were all African. They shout out all the African countries. No shout out to Black Americans. No shout out to Caribbean. No shout out to nothing black whatsoever. And my people are just looking around, looking at them like enjoying themselves and not even catching on. I had to leave because I'm like, yo, if I could say something, I would put these people right on blast. But I'm gonna leave and walk away because it's not that time, But it disgusts me like that because my people weren't even recognizing these people out there giving a performance, shouting out their people and not you.
Boy, that's heavy. That is so heavy. And now remember, Howard University is one of the universities that turns out many black leaders.
Yeah.
That's
and
right.
it shows you how we so not wrong for saying black leaders are stupid as hell.
Right.
Like that sister's article saying Howard has lost his way is so right, because Howard has to be the most, next to maybe Lincoln University, and I'd say Lincoln University is probably number 2 behind Howard for being the most famous HBCU and the most prominent HBCU, and it's in Washington, D.C. And all these black people have turned around and let the Africans overnight begin to treat them like nothing. And once again, that's what makes America great. What makes America great is you go and take whatever resources you need to take from any country around the world, and you invite them over here and say, get over, niggas. Get out the way, you niggas. Get out the way, you spits. Get out the way. Let them in. Let them in. Let them have a piece. And sure enough, they come in and come right over the top of you. Like they're gonna go to Howard University and have all the protections that black people fought for since the turn of the century. They're gonna walk the campus and not feel racism and be able to push their culture and everything like nothing never happened. And meanwhile, in a moment, they will be over the top of these same stupid, educated black people who are supposed to be fighting for our identity. Like we are such losers for everybody without this truth.
That's right.
Without this truth, we are losers.
Right.
They're gonna be over the top, and you can best believe they feel superior. After Obama being in office, the Black Panther movie, and maybe a couple other major events, they feel far more successful than us. And you think black people can be proud or whatever. Wait till you see these Africans when they come all the way out.
Yes, sir. So like you said, that's like the vice president. You know what I mean? They're looking at all of that. You know what I mean? And like she trying to push, she's black, but she's not black. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Right. And these heathens getting empowered into, actually coming all the way out now. And we really SHI, to hell with black people.
Listen, and these Africans they're gonna sleep with our women and be looked at as they more righteous and all that, when they just as disgusting as they could be out. And these silly black women gonna be sleeping with them and believing on what they saying and caught up into their game. And they're gonna be educated, and brother, they're gonna go into these big jobs. And again, the black man will be the enemy because, of course, he's the only one that's pushing us. The Latino man will be the enemy, and the Native Indian man will be the enemy because, of course, he's pushing us and not them.
Right.
So these silly brainwashed sisters who need to all be married to Israelite men so that they can know the damn difference.
That's right.
At what they are getting ready to give away. They're going to give away our nation to these heathens, man, and they're going to make sure that they prosper. And then them heathens going to treat them like garbage. This has been done so many times to us as a people. And boy, we don't never get it. We never get it. Once again, why prophets of the Lord are so important. Because we never pick up on this. This is a heavy article, and this is horrific. That sister was so right. Howard has lost its way. Yeah. And now, and if you look at this in a microcosm, that means now the Africans are now going to find the perfect place for them, which means they'll now go to all the HBCUs, take over, become staff, be over the top of us, and then we'll be the janitors sweeping the floors at the HBCUs, and they'll get rid of all of the faculty, and anybody black that pushes any black agenda, they'll get rid of them. And then in their stupidity, they'll go out. Even that Supreme Court judge that Biden just put in. She's married to an Edomite. One of the other ones is married to a Hamite. Most of them are married to heathens. And once again, they all done been educated in these type of universities to the detriment of us. Black leadership is a horrible, horrible poison to Black Latinos right now, man. Like a fresh new leadership must emerge in the Black and Latino and Native Indian community to make the proper adjustment that we need, because these fools have they don't have no defenses against what that sister said was so right. They don't have any defense system. Their defense system is success in Esau's world. And once they make success in Esau's world, they think it should be open to everybody.
That's right.
Esau is not operating that way. I mean, it's this. Boy, I'm glad you brought this article out, because this article, right, my stomach is turning over this article. My stomach is turning at the implications of what this is going to become and what this is going to be. And listen, and right at the, here's what's right at the time when we are about to emerge in the HBCUs, thanks to the Deion Sanders.
Yeah,
Deion Sanders started the ball going in the right direction.
Yeah,
that's joining the HBCUs.
That's right.
We about to get ready to get back up in power, and these idiots are giving away the farm.
Yeah,
they're giving away the farm. Now, instead of good, solid educational programs that bring brothers and sisters from the hood into college and getting them through college in an environment that they are capable of functioning in, now they'll be shunned and treated with racism by these same Africans. These Africans will be the cultural advisor. These Africans will be the dean. These Africans will be in the admissions office. And then Black people will be under the same thing they was under with white people, the same racism. And we so goddamn dumb. Like it's amazing that the Lord, like without the love of the Most High, we would definitely be doomed. Because the Lord had to make that a law that we couldn't integrate with these nations. Otherwise, we would never, ever, we would eternally be in slavery. If the Lord had destroyed, if a plague came and killed all white America off, and we were the only ones left, it wouldn't matter, because we'll just be a slave to whoever comes next. Whoever comes next along and say, yo, I want to take over America, we'll just be their slave too, because we will fight for everybody's culture and identity except ours, man. Which is once again why the work we do is more important than any doctor, any lawyer, any psychologist, any politician. The work we do is more important than every last one of them, because whatever God you serve, you're going to be a slave to those people. None of their gods are walking around among us. Ain't no Arab God here. Ain't no East Indian God here. Ain't no African God here. The white man's God is not here. He's on a plaque or a painting or a picture or something else, or in some book that they wrote. He ain't standing here in front of us. But the people of that God are. And sure enough, they will present that God to us, and then their people will be over the top of us. This right here is an abomination at Howard University.
That's right.
So like this, sir, could I say?
Please jump in.
When you say that's so heavy too, sir, I don't know if you remember. I think it was the Glenn Beck rally, or the not the Glenn Beck rally. I think it was with them with Sharpton and them, and a Caucasian man came to the camp.
It was Glenn Beck.
Came to the camp.
It was Glenn Beck.
Glenn Beck
rally,
yeah,
right. And he said that what Esau does is he every time we get up here, he raised the bar higher.
Oh yeah, I remember that tape.
You know what I mean? And that's what's going on, because this year is your oppressor bringing the Africans to further keep you down. So you're trying to get up, but he fully bringing the Hamites in to pull you down. And one of the ways he's doing it too is like with the music. I don't know if you're following the music like that.
Oh my God!
But they have a new genre that come out that them Hamites and them they're pushing it. I think it's an offshoot of dancehall music where you'll hear them singing. But if you don't know, like if you ain't from the Caribbean like that, you will think this is a Caribbean brother singing. On you might tell you into Africa. You know what I mean? You're like, what? Yeah, that's jungle music listening to her.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Salakia, sir, if I may.
Go ahead, Kwam.
Well, I was gonna say too, like what you said was so heavy about how if we don't pay attention, they're gonna eventually start coming over us. One of the things I've been paying attention to is like if you go back from the actor that did 12 Years as a Slave, or the brother that not the actor that did Star Wars, the black dude,
both of them
even
are
up to
Hamites.
Snowfall. All of those dudes are
That's
Hamites.
right. They are Hamites, sir.
Every single one of them. And you're starting to see how they're picking and choosing, you know, brother, so-called, I will say Hamites, of course, that look similar to us, but putting them over us, and they're slowly but surely gaining momentum. And so
Harriet Tubman.
Yeah, sir. So it's starting to gain a momentum where it's actually giving these Hamites some type of thing to look at, like we can just do it just as well as they can. And it's turning around it's causing corruption between us, because now we're simulating and we're now wearing these dashikis even more. We're thinking it's more of our culture when it's really destroying us, and it's another plot for them to put somebody else over us.
That's right.
And put Barack Wana's comment back in if you could. Boy, that's heavy. Hamites basically stole soca calypso and reggae style and have the nerve to call it Afro beat. So they're gonna change the name to take it off the Caribbean, which is just what any heathen does. They don't create it, but they will steal it from us and utilize it for themselves, man. Like, boy, oh boy, what the scripture is so right when it said, this is a people that is robbed and spoiled. I didn't mean to keep cutting you off, Captain Kwam, Salaki. What you were saying was just so daggone heavy.
No sweat, sir. No sweat.
So damn evil. Go ahead, Salaki.
Damn right, sir. No sweat. But that was pretty much it. But like, these are the tactics that they're doing. Like how you was Captain I thought was bringing out, where you said y'all was at the Glenn Beck rally where they keep raising the bar. Well, in raising the bar, it's now even coming even further of a gap, because now they're putting a whole nother nation above us to look like us that will accept being in a lower position underneath the oppressor. Us, we want to be over him. They're okay with just being with him. They want that acceptance.
Yep. Yes, you're right.
I'd like to say if I could. Go ahead, Captain.
Just quick. I don't know if you all remember this article where it says Africans accuse Black Americans of cultural appropriation.
I remember that article.
Yeah.
Oh, now I need you to send that article to me. I need that.
Okay.
Cat about to go in there and slay all Africa. April 2nd. Now I'm from ball, bro. He gathering all weapons of war in this spiritual battle. You understand? For those of you out there, man, we're gonna come up there in New York. We're gonna be in New York April 2nd. I'm coming up there to see this one. April 2nd, Alhambra Ballroom. You understand? Captain Tazaria versus Malik Shabazz, ex-leader or present leader of the new Black Panther Party. Go ahead, Cap. And what's the
It's April 2nd. The subject is and it's heavy that we got two articles on this topic. The subject is, do we trust Africa or not, or do we trust the Bible or not? That's why I need Captain Ayathox that article to show how Africa has always looked at us. Like, I don't even know what the issue is about trusting nobody. Just look at their works. They've done nothing.
Exactly.
Black people love Africa. Straight look, the article y'all just showed what Howard University did, that's the proof that we love Africa. It's just not reciprocated back to us. We don't get the same in return.
That's right.
That cat Khalid Muhammad in the Nation of Islam, or the Fruit of Islam, Black, whatever he was in, he over there training to fight and kill the enemies of Uganda, but none of them came over here to fight for us.
Right.
At all. So I need that article now, Doc. I need that ASAP.
I remember they was pissed off. They said we was appropriating Africa.
Yeah.
We was taking their culture and using it for our gain and trying to be part of their culture. That's what they were saying. And they was right. And now they pushing us out of our own culture.
Right.
Like,
God,
man, oh man, we are such a sleek people. Go ahead, Salak.
Yeah, what you were saying too about how how the Lord make them laws for us, like that's it's so heavy. The Lord's prayer, it says our Father, because just like a good parent, if your child on the playground and everybody running over your damn child, you're going to step in and separate your child from everybody else.
Yes,
you're going to separate and make a hedge around them. No man, and listen, it is natural. That little child on the playground, even though they're getting run over, they still want to go play with the ones who running over them.
That's
the
right.
child is too young to see anything. So now the father had to come in there and lay the ground down and make us, and now to everybody else, he looked like he's the bad guy. Like
yes.
He's the enemy. Like he's stopping kids from just being kids.
Exactly.
Nobody seeing his child getting ran to hell over. Like these Hamites call it, or killed. Like these Hamites call it not African Appreciation Day or African Celebration Day. They called it African Takeover Day. Over Day. Like where was these Hamites twerking and dancing when the bomb scares was happening? Remember they threatened to blow up Howard recently? Like, where was them? Where was them with all of this? With Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Rosewood, you call it African Takeover Day. Like the Lord coming to put an end to the playground.
Yes.
The Lord is coming to put an end to the playground because this year, everybody gonna look at it like it's so innocent and they're just celebrating their culture, give them their freedom. Meanwhile, we getting killed in the streets. Some sodomite pretending to be us, getting charges dropped. We getting destroyed every which way we look. And if we even talk about it, we this, we that, we the other. Like the Lord had to come and make this thing right. Now it's time for daddy to come. I want daddy now. Like our little child would say, I want my daddy. Daddy had to come on the playground right now because they're taking this thing too far.
Yeah, right.
And again, it's such I don't know, somebody else was trying to say something, Salakia.
If I could, sir, Salakia. It was 2 points. Captain Shot, if you could, sir, Salakia, it was a tweet on there. Something said it said something I wanted to touch on. But it was an earlier part when you said if we don't watch them with Captain Quamps that jumped on too. It was a point. I remember there was a time when the word diverse meant like, more black people would be having jobs. Diversity. Yeah. Diversity is such a tricky word in these days now. It involves everyone but us. You know what I'm saying? Like I just want to add that part when you said that earlier. Like that was so heavy. Like that word diversity at one time that allowed us to get jobs and stuff like that. Now that same word is used to put us out. You know what I'm saying? So that's a cold part.
Yeah, and Salakia as it's saying, because what they're going to say now is we have diversified in the job. We have African Americans in the job.
Yep.
No, you know what I mean? You left out because you on the whole, we Africa.
Yep.
You're not an African.
Right.
You know what I mean?
This push also
right to that point.
This also pushing.
Go ahead, Salakia.
No, real quick, sir. It's also pushing the agenda of saying to the black man, you see, you're shiftless. You ain't these people. You see, we try to give you the opportunity, but you don't rise up. Meanwhile, they don't see that they keep pushing us down and pushing us down even further. We can't even stand up.
Exactly. Right. And every one of them Africans in Howard, when they get a leg up, they're not pulling up a single black person.
No,
they're gonna pull up nothing but Africans. And it's so, once again, it burns in my soul because once again, Deion Sanders did something that nobody else was able to do.
That's right.
He invested his spirit into the one thing that nobody wanted to invest into, which was an HBCU. And he was bringing it back. And now they simply telegraphing what they're about to do, which is to let Hamites take over these HBCUs and put you black people back in the background. I mean, it's repulsive. It's repulsive. But listen, can we jump on that story, that video I got where the brother was crying?
Yes, sir.
What's the name of the brother?
Wallo
267. Yeah, Wallo and Little Dirk. Because let me tell you something about this brother here, Wallo. Okay. First of all, I applaud this cat.
Right.
Because you cannot be crying in the hood and be respected. And this cat here, these tears this brother shed, this brother here expressed why I've done the work of the Lord for 40 years.
Damn right.
This cat right here is expressing, you understand? Like he's expressing why I do what I do and why I pray that every brother do what he do. And I feel bad for him for this reason, because I've been a success at doing it. But he has not yet. And that's why he is really in pain, because when you turn to see how destroyed we are and how much we destroying each other, and you have sincerity for these brothers, boy, if the Lord don't give you the truth and you can't go out there and wake them up and bring them back to the Most High, that thing will kill you inside, man. It will kill you inside. And so what this brother did here was so heavy. And they, of course, probably are not going to realize it, of course, until it's too late. But what this brother is in his soul is pleading with them about is amazing, because, I mean, these cats killing each other over there in Chicago. He talking to some Chicago cat. And they over there killing each other out, you know what I'm saying, at, wholesale. And he know it. He know that, in 6 months or a year, everybody standing in that room could potentially be dead and or have killed, a whole nother crop of brothers from a whole nother clique. So let's play the tape, man, and we can talk about this a little bit, because this was very heavy. You know what I mean? Now this cat ain't no punk. This cat did 20 years in the penitentiary. This cat right here, Wallo, I think is how you pronounce it.
That's his name, sir.
He did 20 years in the penitentiary. Okay, for crimes. Lost his brother in the penitentiary. Anyway, play the tape for him, and you'll hear it for yourself. This cat ain't soft.
Right.
But let's run it down.
I wanted to see this. They killed my brother. My brother died in my grandma's arms at the house that we grew up in. You shot my brother. He ran to the house. He died in Nanny home when she opened the door. So I'm telling you, there's some real shit, man. If I ain't let that shit go, I won't be right here today. I won't be here for my niece and my nephews. Me and Gil won't be doing this. Y'all won't know me. I won't be able to get y'all this game. I had to leave. I had to let that shit go. When I let that shit go, nigga, I started to grow. And I started to glow. And now I'm here today, and it was harder than mother. And I'm talking about this is my big brother. I shared the cell with him. I shared the bed with him when we was kids. This little Steve. I can tell you one thing. Okay. Now I'm out here taking care of his daughter, paying for her to go to school, taking care of my nephew, taking care of my mom and my grandmama. So because I forgave my brother killer, but I understand. I understand what y'all going through. But I love all you young in here. I mean that shit.
That's right.
Love you niggas, man. And I hope y'all make it out.
That's right.
I hope y'all make it out, man.
Look, he's shook over it. Go ahead.
Yeah, he is.
Wait.
Really dropping tears for this shit.
Get the part where he said about how brothers was getting that life, and keep going. I think you keep going. He say something else.
I love being around the young because, you don't understand. Y'all just got so much life here. And y'all probably don't understand because y'all young. But this system and the way this structure is so scared of y'all because they said if these kids ever turn that light cut onto their head, we in trouble because they the most planet Earth.
This is why I do what I do.
That's right. That's right.
So when you switch that and you do an energy transfer, it's over. Y'all ever wake up, it's over, man. Watch. I'm telling you.
Energy transfer to the truth.
Right.
That's right.
Now, wait. There's more because he got to get to the part where he see them. He did 20 years in the penitentiary and he saw young brothers coming in. Right. And they was all full of energy and life until the judge hit him with that 100 years. And he talks about that shit. Go ahead. Go back to it. Play it from where you at.
Come.
A little bit more, y'all. Y'all will mind. Turn it.
He always talk to me and he like, cuz you just don't understand how many young niggas I used to see come through that motherfucking jail. Young nigga was just full of life. Just now them niggas in there facing that motherfucking homicide. And now them they be done. Them just all of life done left them come from that courtroom. Them done got that 111 years. Just be done, cuz. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we base our whole platform around the young.
That was it there. You can stop it right there. Like, brother, that's why I do what I do. You see what that brother was feeling? Like that's probably the first time he ever expressed what was really going on. Like everybody want revenge for the things that have happened to them. But for the greater good of our nation, we had to forgive cats that are doing so much evil to us that we know we could have took revenge on in many times, in many cases, but had to force, and that shit is painful. Like to really become brand new is painful as hell. That's why he said it was so painful. And he said, that's why I love y'all niggas. Now listen, that crew that he's talking to, they lost about 4 or 5 brothers in the last year. Rappers and all the cats that was getting ready to become famous. They all got killed over there in Chicago and all that killing. And tons of these cats, some of the killers might even be in here among him and all that. But this cat know that these cats, that's why he said, I pray y'all make it out. Because he know that cat right there, what's his name? Young Dirk?
Little Dirk,
like he in the midst of all them brothers that's in all that whole world of killing back and forth. And it's almost like they can't get out of it. It's like Esau done created Crips and Bloods out and put black men in a trick bag that got us totally wiped out and all our energy going to that and not to what it could be. And listen, and just like he said, they know it. Like what he was saying, let me tell you something. That cat right there tapped into my heart and who I really am. When you see that intro in our show where I'm standing up there saying to that young brother, you a black man like me and it's worth something, that's what's inside me when I'm saying that to this cat right here. That's what's inside me. Damn right. That's what's inside me when I go to a funeral of which I can't even take no more. None of y'all allowed to die because I can't fucking take that shit.
That's right.
That's what the hell is inside me. You understand? And he had to do 20 years in the penitentiary to finally see it. And to get and to escape it, man, he had to forgive the cat that murdered his very brother, which is like unheard of in the hood. A lot of people criticized him for this crime, like, you know, he was weak and he was soft and all of that. Brother, when what this brother brought out needs to fall in the hearts of every black and Latino man in America.
That's right.
Like every black and Latino man. And unfortunately for him and so many others, it takes 20 years in the penitentiary. You understand? But thanks be to the Most High. The Most High is so wonderful. He will break you without you having to do the 20 years so that you could turn around and do what this brother is now doing before you have to do 20 years in the penitentiary. And anybody that say this brother was soft, you do not understand.
Yeah.
You just don't understand what has to be in you to deliver black and Latino and Native Indian men from the hood.
Yeah.
You don't understand what's got to be inside you to truly do what it is that we do on the level that we do it. Like it takes extreme commitment and extreme love for brothers you may never have seen before. And brother, that's what he's saying. You know what I mean? Like he was crushed with it. We're going to play it one more time. I'm going to let y'all jump in first and see and say what y'all got to say on it. You know what I mean?
Nah, John, I think you said it all, sir, for sure.
Most High Christ, we could play it again, and if y'all get inspired, jump in and say something. Because, brother, I saw this tape. I said, well, shit, this is what's inside me. You understand? Like his heart is bleeding for these cats, and particularly these cats are done. Like that's why they all there with him like that. Like he can't go nowhere without an entourage that side because there's so much killing out there in Chicago with brothers, and he see it. He know that tomorrow any one of them cats could be gone. And of course, we so caught up in the mindset that we got to be killers no matter what, ruthless, thoughtless killers, that we go into that mindset against one another. And brother, all this man do is have us sell drugs to kill each other, have us kill each other, literally, put us in a cell to kill each other. Like he got a threefold murder system for us. Either you're gonna have beef and kill somebody, you're gonna go to jail and be gone, like you dead anyway, or you're gonna sell drugs to somebody and kill somebody else. Like he got a threefold plan on us. And brother, we so caught up in it and have so cut off our spirit and desensitized ourselves that we can't even see what it is. We just see kill. We just on automatic to just take out the enemy or the ops or whatever they call it. When brother, what this cat's saying right here is how we save our lives, man.
Yes, sir.
Like he in essence is saying be born again. That's what he say. He using terms like transfer that energy, forgive. He had to forgive his brother's murder. All of that is in the scriptures. What he's saying is in the scriptures, not knowing he's saying it, he's talking about the scriptures. Like without the scriptures, he done been convinced about Christ, the truth about Christ, and never understanding the scriptures. This brother right here. Like he didn't with no scriptures. He recognized that the problem is these brothers is dying and all the reasons they dying and what is necessary to stop them from dying. He realized all of that, never having a scripture broke down to him. And brother, pain, only thing that brings that is pain. And listen, and him bringing this pain out, like he fighting to bring this shit out. Like this shit here, this is heavy right here. And this is such an education for every brother. Yeah. It's such as the sad part is most brothers will not receive this education. They're going to end up in the graveyard. But for the ones that see it, boy, oh boy, he used the right term. They got to transfer that energy, which means you got to be born again. They're going to have to forgive that murderer and become brand new. And like he said, because of it, he raising his brother's kids. He raising his nephews and nieces. He here to pass this thing down. That's why prophets of the Lord got to sometimes, take low for the sake of this work.
Yes, sir.
For the sake of this truth. Right. And brother, I'm listening to him, and it's like confirmation for me that not only that I am a prophet of the Most High in Christ, but that I have truly and sincerely given my heart and soul to wake brothers up out of this hell and have done it. And have done it and have raised up prophets to do it and have raised up a nation out of the dirt to do it. And it is the greatest job you ever could do because once again, he's showing the proof that right there, what's coming out his mouth is where the rubber hit the road. Play it for him one more time, please. You go on.
Name 2030 to my homies is dead. I'm here though, and I'm gonna say something like this is documented.
Get into
that. I TED Talk. I forgave my brother's killer, and I'm saying.
So like,
go back. Can you go to the beginning of this tape?
Yeah, come on.
Back it up just some more. Yeah, there you go.
Crazy. Yeah, it's really dropping tears for this. Like, for real. Like,
I'm gonna keep going because I'm telling you, man. I can name 20, 30 to my homies is dead. I'm here though. I'm gonna say some shit that like this is documented. I got a TED Talk. I forgave my brother's killer, and I'm saying it to say this. Niggas killed my brother. My brother died in my grandma's arms. That house that we grew up in. He shot my brother. He ran to the house. He died in Nanny home when she opened the door. So I'm telling you, there's some real shit, man. If I ain't let that shit go, I won't be right here today. My niece and my nephews, me and Gil won't be doing this. Y'all won't know me. I won't be able to kill y'all this game.
This is a nigga that survived 20 years in the penitentiary.
I had to let that shit go. When I let that shit go, nigga, I started to grow. And I started to glow. And now I'm here today, and it was hard as a mother. Okay? I'm talking about this is my big brother. I shared the cell with him. I shared the bed with him when we were kids. This little Steve. I can tell you one thing. Now I'm out here taking kids.
This ain't no soft ass cat.
That's right.
You know what I mean? This is a cat that did 20 years in the penitentiary and had to come to the conclusion that he had no choice, that he had to forgive the cat that killed his brother. That was the only way the cycle was gonna get broken.
That's right.
That's the only way the cycle was gonna get broken. He had to forgive the cat, and then he had to go on to help to build. Now he had to build the next generation. And brother, that ain't easy, man. That ain't easy at all. It's hard to get that out your mind. Somebody to harm your best or harm your closest. It's extremely hard to get it out your mind, man, to not just run up on them, damn the consequences, man, and put them the hell down. You understand? This cat had to do it and get it and see the benefit of doing it now. Got it, out there spreading it. He's spreading it to a famous rapper. You know what I mean? Like this cat, Dirk, he famous. Am I wrong on that? This cat is famous. He's sitting there face to face with a famous rapper and his entire Chicago entourage. You understand? And he dropping this thing on him, and he only able to do it because he had to cross over that threshold and transfer that energy, or in essence, be born again. And brother, that's why I do what the hell I do, and that's why we do what we do in this ISUPK, man.
That's right.
You know, man. Like, that's why we do what we do. Like, if you ever wonder when them days get tough and them days get hard, and Satan come to you and say, man, why the hell you doing this shit? You need to go on and get a job or go on and do this or that. When he come with that, you should watch this tape out. You should remember why you doing this, because you got to, if you don't change their heart, their spirit out, then they'll just kill themselves on till there's nobody left. Because Esau got them in the trick bag. Like, once again, what he is talking about right there is what Moses saw when he came down off that mountain.
Yeah.
When Moses came down from that temple, that's what he saw. He stepped out on that street. He got between them two brothers. That's what he saw. He saw that. He saw the little Dirk and the Wallo trying to murder each other.
That's right.
And he got between them like, yo, don't y'all know y'all brothers, man? What's up? And they could not understand that. Like, nigga, who you think you are? We'll smoke you too.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? But little did they know that he was the man. Was somebody, Salaki, was that you, Cap?
No. I was just echoing.
Okay. Like he was like, who, little did they know that was the Lord sending the prophet that was coming to fix their lives. And little do they know, when they see us standing on that corner with what they think are crazy, weird garments, little do they know that the Lord sent you out there to get between them and the death that's around the corner, man. And when you out there, make no mistake and take it not light that you are on that corner, and remember the goal. Remember, out of all the chaos on the streets, the cops messing with you over the permits, the arguments with crazy black Christian women, remember that young brother that's out there, that is who you trying to capture and get free. And he gonna free the sisters, and that'll free, like he said, all them lives that he's helping now because he transferred that energy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like, that's the mission. And here's the amazing part. You win that battle, and you're going to get revenge anyway for your brother.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Revenge you're going to get is the success that you, for every loss that I lost a lot. I mean, I lost real estate, money, all that. You know what I mean? Family, friends, wives, and many of y'all as well. You understand? Lost a ton. But I got revenge on all of it on Satan because of the success of the ISUPK.
Damn right.
Like, you gonna get yours back, but it ain't gonna come how you want it to come. You're gonna have to break yourself with the Most High. So when you on that corner, understand that cat that's walking up there, or even the one that's popping shit back to you, is still your mission to deliver him from himself, like the scripture said. Because real quick, get me the scripture to say about those that oppose themselves. You know the one I'm talking about?
Couple cuts, sir.
Pull that scripture for me. Let me read one scripture, y'all, on this, and I'll pass it. Because that's the greatest occupation you could ever get hired to do. Like, he's trying to do it without the truth. And that's why I said big shout out to him, you understand, for pouring his heart out for whomever might see it and win and turn their life around. You understand? Whoever might see it and turn his life around is a blessing. That means he's accomplished the mission. Me, myself, I sit in a bath of gold for all that I've been able to accomplish through you great brothers, man. Like, the Lord done give me revenge 100,000 times on all the things that Satan have tried to bring against us. Like, here it is.
Right there.
Like, play that tape play that tape.
Right
All these young brothers are.
I just wanted to interject with this tape, so
yeah, you have to play this tape.
Y'all know I try not to toot my horn, but brother, I thank the Most High for being a part of this ISUPK for what you about to see right here. So lock your cap. Go ahead, y'all.
So I'm looking for the tape just now. I try to multitask, because this year I remember. So you said what you said.
Listen, you was right there next to
Listen, at that point, I knew I was never going back to Trinidad. I was never going back to the church. You cut the block got silent.
Most High ain't Christ.
You know what I mean? That what you said there, because it was on that day. It was on.
It was on that day, brother.
Yeah, that day was on and popping.
They wanted to go there that day, brother.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna say something about it. Because you know what? Just like you ain't gonna, like your boy said, it ain't gonna happen. Guess what? I'm not letting nobody sell you drugs without me saying that. I'm not gonna do it. You know why? You know why? You know why? Because even though I don't know you, guess what? Just like that's your boy, guess what? I'm your boy. Even though I don't know you, I'm not letting nobody sell you crack. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you a black man like me. That's right. And it's worth something. That's why.
Chill.
Yeah, listen. As I get chills every time I hear that.
Every single time.
If I could just get a little commentary.
Don't play not another second of that. Never play it again.
If I could give a little commentary, sir. That when you said it there, when you said you're a black man like me and it's worth something, the block got quiet. And the first person to start clapping, GEN.YAHANNA started clapping right there on top. But the first person to start clapping was that sister right under the blue sign. Because I want to play it over again and just watch it. The block got quiet. They was all cut. And them young brothers, they couldn't see it at the time, but you talking good sense into them.
Right.
And they listened. And later on, they fell into a horrible thing because we would see them.
Right. Yeah.
But this sister here, she started clapping. And it's the same thing what Wallo saying, where his brother died in his grandmother's arms because that's who witnesses the pain.
Right.
And when he said it, she responded like, finally, somebody say the shit.
Yeah, because
that's the real medicine.
Salaki,
you know what?
Now, I was just going to say, they came there for a fight. They came there for a fight, and there was expecting you to roll them up. You know what I mean? Yeah. In the face. But what you said totally, you know what I mean? Totally, you know what I mean? Like flip the, how the brother said, the energy. This full energy upon them. Like, you know what I mean? Like we ain't here for that. We're here for you.
They wanted to further the drug killing. They wanted to get it on and war with us and go into the killing and get it on. When that would have been such a waste.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We'd have been up in Southeast DC somewhere having shootouts and drive-bys with some drug dealers over absolutely goddamn nothing.
Right.
When we could have been building a nation. And that shit had to be expressed in them out. And that's why what this brother Wallo did was so right. Like, he got criticized for it, but he was right to pour out his heart to them cats, man, on what it is that they just couldn't see. Them cats stand on that corner, they had no idea. And I mean, I ain't gonna be surprised if all of them ain't dead right now.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. I won't be surprised if they ain't all dead, if the ones that didn't hear what it is that we said. Because, brother, I mean, it's crazy. Mashak, don't play that tape.
Salaki, sir, if I could.
Somebody jump in, please.
If I could, though, sir, like,
go ahead,
those brothers didn't receive it that day, but everyone that watched it, like myself, we received it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We seen it. We seen it, and we came right to the school because of those type of videos. You know what I'm saying? So it's great that it went on YouTube, because I'm in California seeing that video, and I said, man, I need to call this number. Who is this? You know what I mean? So I need to get involved. You know what I mean? So that was heavy. That we all got to witness that. Even though you thought you were talking to them at that time, you was really talking to all of us.
Most times, right?
And Sir Salaki said, I don't remember. But there's something you said that was, you know what I mean, that was equal on that too, sir, where we was like, as a people, we were looking for Barack Obama to be in the White House, and he is like, we don't need a black man in the White House, we need a black man in every black house. That was almost on equal par with, you know what I mean, with that way. It's like, hold up now, what he said? You know what I mean? Is to the point where you had to question yourself.
Like boy, you know what it would take for us to love us and to put some value in us. You understand? Is insane. And brother Paul had it too. Because I'll go ahead with that 2 Timothy 2. So we can show it, man. Like that was out of every podcast them brothers had. I ain't seen them, but I know that this one got known because what he said was truly holy. What he said to that brother Dirk. And I pray that for that brother's sake that he don't have to learn the lesson this brother is trying to teach him with his life. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like hopefully he don't have to be another example in the march to us getting right. And one last thing real quick. Like he said something that was heavy. He said, oh man, it slipped out of my brain that quick. He said something that was so heavy about it. Oh man, it slipped out of my head that quick. But it was it's gone. It's gone. Cause I go ahead and pull the scripture. It was right in my head, but it got away.
Come down, sir. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 25. In meekness, instructing those that oppose themselves. If God peradventure will give them repentance.
Y'all can break it down. Y'all don't gotta wait on me. Y'all can jump in and break it down anytime you ready. Go ahead. Salakia.
Come on, sir. If God peradventure will give them repentance to the acknowledging of the truth.
Okay, is that the one that I was talking about? Yeah, opposing themselves. That's right. In meekness, instructing those that oppose themselves. Can you go up one verse above it? Is one verse above it relevant, Cap?
So he could rock with it soon.
He could. Go ahead. Go up one verse above it for me. 24.
Like
this is our. If I could, this is our occupation now, and this is what Paul did. He carried out the occupation of Yahawashi the King. And brother, we carry out that occupation, and we don't get enough. We don't get enough honor for it. We do not get enough goddamn honor for what it is we're doing.
Right.
All right. Let's read this, man, because we way over the time, y'all. Go ahead.
Come on. Verse 24. And the servant of the Lord must not strive, but be gentle unto all men.
Right. We can't strive, meaning unnecessarily.
Right.
You know what I mean? But be gentle to these men, trying to raise these men up and show them what it is they doing wrong. Go ahead. Not trying to beef unnecessarily with them. Go ahead.
Can I add something, sir?
Please do, Cap.
Sir. Like when you was on that street corner, like technically people would think you striving because we got the camp there, we got the microphone, you got these brothers in front of them. But when you make the statement that you make on the surface level, it seems like you're fighting with them, but then you give them something that they was not expecting at all. The planet Earth was not expecting what you said. And I liken it unto Captain Tywar was having a camp when we was first breaking ground in Harlem, and they had this, they called the tape Africans Gone Wild because some Africans was out there going crazy. And there was a young brother in front of the camp, and he was like, I'll shoot all of y'all. This is what he telling Captain Tywar. He said, I'll shoot y'all from the tribe of Judah all the way down to the tribe of Issachar. And as he's saying that, Captain Tywar is sitting there talking about brotherhood. He's ignoring the violence that the brother is saying he's going to get to him. And as violent as that brother was, when Captain Tywar stopped speaking, that same brother comes to the side of the table and is crying because he never got the love that he never got the love ever in his life. And he was literally on the side of the camp crying and apologizing to Captain Tywar for everything.
Damn. Big shout out to Captain
Tywar. That tape right there, Captain Shock is playing. That's the tape right there where that brother's saying, I'll shoot every last tribe on here. And he's on the sideline. That brother right there was crying on the side because Captain Tywar gave him something he never had. And that was what the scripture's talking about. Patience, being gentle. And people mistake gentle for like, you got to be like soft and sissy or something like that. And sometimes it just requires hearing the pain from the brother. And as Captain Tywar is hearing him say, I'm going to shoot all the tribe, he don't see like, I'm going to just get violent back with him. He see this brother is hurt. He probably ain't got a father, broken home, you know, growing up in gangs. He don't really want to live that lifestyle, trying to adjust it, and gave him the truth. And it hurt that brother. And that brother came on the side and apologized. I just wanted to add that part, sir.
Amazing. Big shout out to Captain Ty Ward, man.
Right.
Doing an amazing job.
Damn
That's a fearless ass cat.
God,
That cat there, he don't know what fear is. That cat right there.
God, sir, God,
You couldn't teach it to him if you tried. You know? You couldn't pull a scripture that should make him understand what the hell fear is.
God,
You understand? Which is amazing. So, man, I think we got to get. There's some other good stories, but I think we got to get out of here, man. It's 11:40. What else you holding, Mashak? Anything else we got to be said before we run up out of here, man? I put a nickel on this, man. We gone.
I hold on about 10 seconds of a strong tape. So if you want me to play it, so
go ahead. That's last one. We out.
I think that's the one we had to go out on because boy, that is a life-changing tape. Salakia, forgive me, sir.
Nah, man. Nah.
Listen, please, if I could.
If I may.
Yes, sir.
Salakia, if I may, sir.
Go ahead, Kazak. What are you going to say?
It's like if I may, and it's like Commander GEN.YAHANNA, what Captain Shock is saying, that tape is so heavy in the sense that my older brother was killed. My older brother, Eric. And when he was killed, it was like almost like Most High had my hands tied because I was in Esau military. And I wasn't even no street cat, but when I heard how it happened, I said I want to kill the cats he was with that was his so-called friends, and I want to kill the cats that killed him. And it was only because I was stuck in Esau military, I couldn't do nothing. And I remember my old man, I was getting high, and one of the brothers that's in the school now was playing the UPK. And it was that tape, and there was one more, but I remember watching that being high. And I waited to the brother, I made him get out the car because I was like, yeah, man, I'm about to leave. Go ahead, get out the car. And I was high, and I started crying when I heard that because it was like, it took what you said. Outside of the truth, it's easy to just fall into how the trap of the white man is just to continue the cycle of violence. I was ready to throw everything away, everything.
Yeah.
Heavy out.
That's
heavy, bro.
If I could too.
Well, they put you in that mode, and then you, and only through the mercy of the Lord, you pull yourself back from it. Salaki Mashak, go ahead.
No sweat, Salak. I mean, cut you off or cut, Kazak off. But I remember being in that camp very young, and even there's a picture. I was ready. I was already plotting the whole strikeout, everything. And General, you said that shit on the podium, and I did this right here. I was like. What did you just say? And it just disarmed everything down. Like that there was one of them things where this is the Lord talking here. This is the Spirit of the Lord. Because up to that point, remember they was throwing batteries, bottles, around in the camp. They had some Arab saying, "Yeah, go kill them." You always some old Arab in the corner.
I remember
it was going down, and
like it was gonna be. We was gonna put them. We was gonna put them down that day. It was like we was going to have to put. It was like we had no choice. It was like we was gonna have to put them brothers down. And it was real as it could possibly be. Brother, and the mercy of the Most High, you understand, the Lord crushed the zone and. You know what I mean? And that's why that being inside you, man, is the only thing that could stop that demon. Having that Spirit of the Lord is the only thing that could stop that demon, man, from, taking you over the cliff and making you another statistic in this empire. But make no mistake, you know what I mean? The hardest of the hardest come in the UPK out, and they'll go wherever wherever they got to go to do whatever it is they got to do. But boy, if like that brother, just like that brother Wallo said, if you could transfer that energy out, you understand, they scared to death of what would happen with us. Scriptures and the scriptures say it, that they stood upon their feet a great and exceeding army. You understand? And fear fell over them. You know what I'm saying? So what you're saying is real true. But before you play that tape again, I'm getting out of there. Captain for a second. Join him at Hammer Ballroom. You understand? He gonna get it on. Cap, I don't know if you want to say something else on it. Y'all get the tickets and get it in.
Come on.
Join us every Monday night live. We doing it. A big shout out to Mashak Mayan, organizing both the Monday and the Saturday camp. Y'all got a good ass podcast on. Tawada for letting me on. You understand? Tawada for the mercy of the Most High in Christ. And if not for this brotherhood, man, we would all fail, man. But Christ is raising us up. Our King, Yahushua, is raising us up. And with that, we'll see y'all next time, y'all, live on the UPK.
If they're Muslim, if they're Christian, if they're atheist, if they're Buddhist, if they shouldn't black men, guess what? I'm gonna say something about it. Because you know why? Just like you ain't gonna, like your boy said, it ain't gonna happen. Guess what? I'm not letting nobody sell you drugs without me saying that. I'm not gonna do it. You know why? You know why? You know why? Because even though I don't know you, guess what? Just like that's your boy, guess what? I'm your boy. Even though I don't know you, I'm not letting nobody sell you crap. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you a black man like me. And it's worth something. That's why. Now you travel with me and tell me if I'm lying across this country. You all ain't ready for me. You just gonna get angry, dog. You just gonna get mad. I'm telling you, you ain't ready to deal with me, man. You don't want to go there with me, man.
I.S.U.P.K. 53rd Annual Law Passover.
53rd Annual Lord's Passover is going to be held down here in Florida.
It's going down.
You're here tonight to get a chance to be righteous enough to be worthy of God coming to save you.
That's right.
It's going down. The Lord's 53rd Annual Passover.
When we say we no cowards, we talk that business. We no cowards up in here.
Book your hotels now at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites, the IHG Hotel, 301 Tucker Lane, Cocoa Beach, Florida, 32926.
Here's a lot of men down. You dealing with the men of war. We at war. I sided with the Lord.
Counter all your dishes, pots, pans, forks, knives.
I got a like this. This is like an apartment and a hotel room. You know what I mean? This here right here is about to be holy ground. It's gonna be holy ground. All our beautiful, wonderful brothers and sisters from all over the world. You understand? We can boast that now. Brothers and sisters coming not only from every state, but from all over the world. I heard the numbers this year is ridiculous. We had to buy out the whole hotel.
Friday, April 15th at the Space Coast Convention Center.
My camp undefeated. You cannot debate. You just want the clout. We just want the grades. I'm just trying to get it.
This is going to be glorious.
We don't give a fuck, you can see it in our faces. Got it out the mud, straight up out the base.